But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Keep it going. Some privilege in the back, blowing. Hold it down for the Bay, reppin' Oakland.
It's all a fugazi.
And you know the difference between me reading your papers now and me reading your papers 10 years ago is that now I know when I read it. 10 years ago, I didn't know when I read it.
This is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real. Right? All right?
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
Carrying a school bag on stage. What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read.
No, you ain't the champ. Hey, listen, don't make me embarrass you. How you gonna do that? Embarrassing. How you gonna do the champ? You go fight more than 4,000 people live. 1 more people in training.
40 years old carrying a school bag. The man doesn't even fucking read.
And Dad tried to teach me of my brothers. Never try to be better than someone else. Always learn from others. And never cease trying to be the best you could be. That's under your control. I coined my own definition of success, which is peace of mind, attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable.
What do you both think about fear?
I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. I'm here to live up to mine.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
Fear is a teacher.
And I don't skip class.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Oh, me? Nothing. Me?
Hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
Hey now. Hey now to you. Yeah. Hey now.
I won't even say
that. Hey now.
Did I just nail the grail?
You just hit the grail.
Did I just nail the grail?
Hey
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
It's a warm ass coffee from the morning, but gonna need it. We got a show. Neo comes on in a half hour. Mark, poker dealer, wants to debate me. Dallas card show stolen. What do you know? More stolen. We get into him tomorrow. I don't have time. We get it. And what do you know? Okay, him with Mama breaks. What do you know? Over here, Dallas card show theft. Again, tomorrow. Neo's seats for later. Snyder, what's going on? Banute, Wizards of the Woods, Stone Collector, always, you're always here. A good commenter, always, critical or attacking. I don't know. Canuck Collector, Geo's Burner, Tony Sin here in the beginning of the show. I always say his name wrong. Connor and Cece. I believe I said it right. What's going on? Recon Willie. So, we got the prop again right off the bat all week. You wouldn't even know there was 2 other card shows going on. Hit the like button for Frank. Frank's, thank you for always helping and being around. Rhonda, what's going on? So we got some rumors that you probably won't hear elsewhere. I don't think you will. I know you won't. We'll take a look at some terrible content. From what I understand, what I hear, there might have been some loaded packs at trade night at Fanatics Fest. We'll definitely have to ask Neo when he comes on. What I consider to be just false advertising at this point. The debate's going to be on early growth stage. Mark True Poker Dealer presented this to me a couple weeks ago. He wants to come on and the cameras way over there and debate early growth stage. How are we going to fix that? Yeah, that kind of fixed it. Card school. I don't know, man. I feel like I could do people justice and charge way less than the bullshit that's out there right now. Mr. Eric Michael, we'll look at a different school that I came aware of this past week, and the prices are we'll look at some failed business models, fired Fanatics employees. It sounds like that's part of the rumors up there, and then we'll have Neo call in. This month's been awesome. Rob Veris, Ryan Gemrade, RGL, Chris Sewell. Tonight we'll have Mark True Poker Dealer, and then tomorrow for the first time I'll meet Stock and Trade. Hilarious. We have the National coming up. What do we got here? Chris Sewell, Stone Collector, hating about the damn, the poll is about one of 30 things. You know how much prep I do? The poll is about one of 30 things in this 2 hours. People aren't tuning in for the poll, no, but 100 people vote. It adds a little engagement, a little fun. Stone Collector, fuck off with that take. Chris Sewell wins, Petty wins, Neo wins. Tonight's Brian Gray, Jeremy Lee, Geo Trike. Before the show, there was some comments going on in chat about it. 3 votes. This was with 3 votes. 2 went to Gray, 1 to Geo. I don't know what it is now. And the collision has a date. The Hobby Collision 3 is Monday, August 17. Excuse me. I might have to get out a burp. Bigger one than that. Monday, August 17th. 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock my time. Myself, Chris Sewell's the only one I didn't ask to confirm the damn date with. So sorry, Chris, and I'll make sure to do that today after the show. The date just got confirmed today. Obviously, if it doesn't work for Chris, we might have to play with that. But Rob Veras, the first one, I'll let you know, confirmed for August the 17th, Monday. So that'll be fun. We have 3 other guests. 2 of them confirmed, yes. And my final guest, still figuring out who but yeah, so it's going to be a good panel. Let's put it that way. Bitcoin, we forgot to look at last week, or I forgot. It's trading at 66,000 or just above, about what it was last week, but it did fall in below. A couple weeks ago, it was below 60K. Last year, this time, it was nearly double at 119,000. Silver's just under $60 at $59.09 today. Last week, it was up over $61, and this time last year, a little under 40. And finally, gold is just above 4,000, similar to last week's price, and up about $700 from last year's price. Now, one thing, I guess, before I get into that, advice to myself and others, just to start this damn show, we don't talk about enough. We're card people, we're nerds, we are what we are. Also, we live in 2026 in modern society where, the demands of keeping up and working and providing a roof over your head or your family's head and food, you got to work your ass off. So make sure you're stretching, going on walks, getting fresh air, exercising. This is advice to myself as well. And it's almost like now 6 weeks into summer and teachers go back in a couple weeks, you're finally able to settle into some sort of routine like this. Sweat, eat as healthy as you can in crazy modern times, because just junk is presented 24/7. It tastes delicious. They make it taste delicious. Health, physical and mental are number one. And I truly think can be tough to nurture in our current society. I don't think, I know, we all know. So my brother is diagnosed with MALS, or MALS, MALS. It's very rare, apparently. And he went in for something else like 6 years ago, and a doctor happened to tell him, hey man, you have MALS. And my brother never thought anything of it. And he had to go to the emergency room 4 times in a week. And he doesn't watch the show, but shout out to my brother. My mom went with him. His brain was racing. He fainted at work. He owns a gym. They called an ambulance for him, So, and you know how the medical system is, the emergency room, my brother leads running clubs. Like, they all told him every time he went, you're as healthy as can be. And so, like, it's a rare condition in which this ligament here compresses. So the ligament basically messes with your blood flow. He's not getting blood flow down to his stomach. It's also messing with his nerves. He saw the surgeon today. His surgery's for August 19th. Yesterday, he got a really painful injection for a nerve block. So he says it doesn't take the pain away, but it definitely makes it more manageable. So I considered not going live today and tomorrow. Luckily, it seems like we got a hold of it and on it. But I know his mind's racing. And one other thing, I guess this thing doesn't talk about it, but I was doing a lot of research on it, and it does create, because of all this, it just creates an immense amount of anxiety or possibly depression. And I don't think my brother's depressed by it, but I definitely know it's caused a ton of anxiety as well. And he's also just an overthinker, kind of like me. So big shout out to my brother. I'll go spend the weekend with him and go out there Thursday and just take care of yourself. My brother does, and this still shit, you never know, but get some fresh air. All right. So Neo's calling in about 21 minutes. So I'm going to run through this as fast as I can. And before we just look at dog shit content and propaganda, I've never texted Chris Sewell once after a video. I've never ever, in the kind, and I've only had his number 6 months a year. I've been watching his stuff on and off since the beginning, 5 or 6 years ago. This video he made, by the way, Ted Lasso's paid for. Okay. And if you don't know, I mean, that's just what it is. Paid for, bought, sealed. Signed, sealed, delivered. He's yours. Money buys it all. This fool. Come on. You been called folly? Come on. I mean, Rob Veras. Oh, Tez Sudeikis comes in the shop all the time now. Yeah, all of a sudden, I didn't hear that a year ago. I didn't hear it 3 years ago. I didn't hear it 5 years ago. Ted Lasso, the World Cup's in America. Hello. This friendly family face. Holy shit, they know what they're doing. They know what they're trying really hard. They are. You got to give them that. Spend a lot of money to do it. Anyways, you want to watch a great piece of content. I did text Chris afterward. Just excellent video. Enjoyed it a bunch. It's doing well. Over 18,000 views, which is good for Chris. A hot take on grading. And the thing I like.
So in summary, grading is extreme.
But the thing I liked about it was the B-roll that he had over it was just very powerful. 6,000 in a PSA 10 and 264 in an SGC 9 with a 96 score. I don't know if that makes it a high 9. Fleer, and I've always wondered that. Do those old SGC scores, like the higher the number there, the higher the technical grade, but it still just gives it the number? All right, $49 for Fleer. Maybe I should know. PSA 9, I think it's a valid question. Here's a BGS 10, which, holds that pristine level for $3,000. And he mentioned, dude, when we're outside of a case, they're both fucking mint. You'd be happy to have either one. They're beautiful. They're absolutely mint. One just happened to get the blessings and one happened to not. One happened to be graded by one company and one happened to be graded by another. And it's not going to change anytime soon. The market has been set. Another one of my friends, I'm not getting into this now, but talked to me how at the beginning that PSA upcharge could have played with it. They were listing it higher in the beginning. Well, they had to make up for this little bit of money. Anyways, it's a long story. I'm not getting into that now. Shout out to Chris. All right, this is for tomorrow. Don't have time tonight, but just a little tease for tomorrow. I mean, this is just what we're going to do. So let's talk about it. There's also a ton of theft going on. It's been going on all year, been going on for the last few years. There's a bunch of posts about it recently. So we'll get into that tomorrow. But tonight, Tom fucking Brady, the seven? The fuck? Did he go to 10 Super Bowls? The fuck? Going back to the Tuck rule, it's like this guy's been a villain in my life. And it's like I came around after he beat the Falcons. I just had to sit there and appreciate what I'm watching. At some point in sports, you just have to do that. As much as I was the Peyton Manning guy, and at that point, it's like, fuck, dude, Tom Brady's unreal. And then he comes back and wins with Tampa, and this is what we're doing. So Dave Portnoy, of all people, who's controversial himself, Tom Brady's PR stunts are hurting his brand. And this is the brand. We got Pizza Hut. We got FTX, which failed. He'll take anything for years. Tom Brady. Same with Kevin O'Leary. Same with Logan Paul. There's a little trend going on there. For years, Tom Brady's brand was the football genius, health obsessed professional. Lately, he's in a feud with flipping each other off at a baseball game. Isn't that what it was? I have video on it here in a minute. We got the slap. Oh, my goodness. So here's is there audio on it? Let's see. This is what we're doing. So, I mean, by the way, we'll get into WWE for about 3 minutes later on because it's not going well. I mean, this whole stunt, like WWE leans so hard on bringing in whoever the fuck, and we could care less. Travis Scott ruined WrestleMania a year and a half ago. Where the fuck was The Rock? They're leaning, and it's not working. And so maybe it'll work for Fanatics. They're going to try their hardest. Did we finish that? Did they yell at each other, by the way? What was going on? Hold on. Damn it. She need to be here. Bitch. Mama. Wife. They got, what is this, World Cup? That's the only place they're going to sit so high. Yeah. Damn, that's the best they could do. Holy shit. Box seats up there? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is where the box is. I don't know. Those are interesting seats for all right. So you got that going on. How lovely. Then you got the slap we just saw, and here's Portnoy. Can we make it a little bigger? How did that? Oh, let's get off. Let's do this. Let's go like that. Where is it? There it is. So what's I have not watched this yet. What is happening with Tom Brady post-retirement? I wanted to react to it live. It's one of the greatest downfalls of an icon. Everything about him right now is cringy. Absolutely. The context that was cut out is I preface this with Brady is Jordan, Messi, Gretzky, Beckham level star. He should be above the fray, not Michael Rubin's puppet. I mean, he's just coming out and saying it.
it up with Logan Paul. This to me is one of the great downfalls of an icon with Tom Brady, and it's a legacy that is being lamified. You don't want to see him mixed up in lowbrow TikTok, flag football leagues in Saudi Arabia or whatever it is, the rest, everything about him.
So it's not just me or us. That's, why? Just why? I mean,
is cringy right now to me. So what are your thoughts on Brady involved in this stuff?
I love a good fake storyline, but there is a line when an athlete gets beyond all this stuff. Tom Brady was above that line. Now his post-career stuff that he is doing is like something you would see Hawk Tua do, or somebody, or the Rizzler. Somebody.
Tom Brady's Hawk Tua.
That's who he has become. He has become somebody who looks like he is trying to get to a spotlight. He's trying to get attention, and Tom Brady shouldn't have to get attention. He shouldn't have to do things designed.
Yeah, but Maham, it just means more when Portnoy says it. I mean, it's good somebody out there with the following is willing to say, hey, man, you're being Ruben's puppet. I mean, because when it's just you or me, it doesn't add, the masses don't even think about it or hear it.
For your entertainment to get stuff like that. Now, if this were good and if he were a good actor, I could overlook it. He is a terrible actor.
All right, Portnoy mastered the rules, one bite. That's good content. I can't speak for the rest. I don't watch Barstool. I do want to get in touch with Barstool. I think I'd be a great for their sports card guy if he has this take. So if you know how to get a hold of him or know how to get me in touch with Barstool, I think I would be your best candidate in the entire world to be the card guy and represent it right and talk about it right. And yes, this is all cringe. It's all to move product. It's all to stay relevant. It's all to be cool. And it's all really weird. So, come on. I know you saw this if you watched me and STV. Come on. By the way, Cane's is delicious. Hurts my stomach. I don't eat it often, but fucking delicious. That's where we're at. Tom Brady's new business venture with Damon John. Why did I save this? Tom Brady at Fanatics Fest unveiling his new venture. What do you know? Damon John, another Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, buddy. If you put one of this anywhere, my kid will get to my last penny. God help parents, new version of claw machine. Oh, yeah, that's why I put it. He's going to open up. So now the average Joe, don't go try to open a vending machine. Your competition here at the airport or wherever else are they going to be these Tom Brady
and it's going to be so perfect for anyone interested. It's the easiest way, probably.
I keep fucking for anyone. What is he out here selling for Fanatics for? Why? I do understand. There's incentivized. He's bought into the dream, the vision, the 10x, the 100x. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Traveling on the go, where are we going to find this?
This is what we've stooped to. You won 7 fucking Super Bowls, bro. You own a piece of my Raiders. This is what I need to refresh this. This is what we've stooped to. I'm going to watch the whole thing. It's not disgusting. It's sad. Portnoy has a huge point.
And it's going to be so perfect for anyone interested. It's the easiest way, probably. Just traveling on the go, where are we going to find these? Everywhere. Coming to a city near you very, very soon. Coming to your city very soon. Let's go, Damon. Thanks, Damon. Appreciate it, man.
Propaganda, golly, no one says it's going to win long term. No one says I can watch any more of it. Here's his WWE entrance. Look at me. First of all, I'm going to get demonetized because of music. Second of all, The Undertaker's badass. Third of all, I grew up with The Undertaker, one of the first wrestlers I ever saw. This only makes me hate you more. What are you coming out to The Undertaker for? Undertaker, go show him how it's done. Don't wrestle Logan. Don't wrestle Logan Paul. Or if you do, have it be a triple threat cage match with The Undertaker doing this shit. Nah, fuck off. What is this? The article, Dave Portnoy torches Tom Brady over Logan Paul antics, one of the great downfalls of an icon. We already watched it. Same thing. Can someone please shake Tom Brady and tell him oh, we didn't see that part. Does that say that? Because I want to see that part. Oh, it's just a picture. Damn it. Did we miss? I missed that part. Can somebody please shake Tom Brady and tell him to get as far away from Michael Rubin as possible and stop maligning? Oh, I'm gonna get roasted. That is it. Maligning the entire legacy. Mangling. MALIG. Whatever. Roast me. I don't give a shit. Is this a typo or am I stupid? No, I'm not stupid. It's an interesting word. Where the hell did that go? MALIG. Riveting. I got to. MALIGN. Where the fuck were we? Give me a sec. MALIGNING. Best show of the year for this. The act of speaking harmful, untrue, or unfairly critical statement about someone. Good vocab. All right, sue me now, roast me now. And then we got, I am looking up a word here on live television for us all to get smart. On live television, on live YouTube for us all to get smarter. You got Logan Paul, Carl Anthony Towns, and Tom Brady wanting to fight for WWE Fanatics and to sell a dream. It's your boy. Fuck you. How do you say it? Frank, where the fuck are you? How do you say it, Frank? This is what we're doing. Suck it, Gio. Where are we at? Oh, all right. So, Randy Moss needs to help. Again, unrelated to Portnoy. This was 3 days ago. Randy Moss needs to help Brady post-retirement. So, let's take a look at what Randy Moss and what a logical, normal human would do after being a GOAT.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, real.
Real. Oh my God. Real.
Oh my God.
Real.
Oh, let's go, Randy.
Baby.
Randy.
You just did it.
Randy.
You just did it.
Randy did it. I don't want to see. I don't even want to see.
The mouse got way too fast. Holy my goodness, what's going on? That's going to be interesting. Yeah, so this is what Moss is doing. Chris, I know it wasn't the best 30 seconds, but, it's 2 hours and we all got a little smarter. I still want to know how to pronounce the word. Why did my mouse get that fast? Holy hell. So Randy Moss is crying over catching a fish.
You turn around.
No.
Yes.
I don't want to see. You got to see this. Woo!
Randy fucking Moss, boys. Talk about a fucking veteran. Pat's Tarpon too, Ferda. That guy was a fucking specimen. Hey, Tom Brady, take notes, all right? Look at this guy. Look at Randy Moss. Guy almost had a fucking seizure. Salad on the fucking boat after catching a PV largemouth ripper. That's life right there. That's good content. Not fucking squaring off against fucking Logan Paul at Power Slap 292 with Dana White. And Fanatics and Michael Rubin pulling sports cars.
Oh, it's not just me. It's not just you. Other people, general public seeing it.
And shit. He's catching largemouth bass, baby. Let's go.
Hey now. Fanatics Fest is spending $10 million on Oh, by the way, this was very interesting. Is this true? Fanatics Fest is spending $10 million on appearance fees for 500 plus athletes and celebrities. The athletes and celebrities are then required to sign autographs and take pictures. $10 million was the budget, maybe, possibly. At the bottom, Miles Brown is Fanatics, some kind of Illuminati initiation ritual. How do they all get these athletes there? Of course, it's contractual. I'll show you that in a minute. And these are some of the athletes. Now, here's where the math doesn't work. How does this happen? Scott, I believe he ends up getting his own, like if you did statistics in high school or junior college or your 4-year, it's mathematically impossible. It's absurd. And that's just how low IQ they expect their people that watch this over and over and see it happen month and month and month. They expect us to be, or you to be.
You or Dart right here.
Oh, and look who he's with.
All right, what is it?
3 autos.
Let me tell you about my
best
friend.
The second card's good.
Oh, okay.
Second card's autoed. Yeah.
Blue-red, I got a lot. Call back in an hour. I promise. I got too much. I'm a demon. Or instead of him being a demon, maybe it's all a little fixed. Cooper Flag, Fanatics Fest, pulls a black out of 10 of himself. Get the fuck out of here. Anyone that buys this or doesn't see it or be like, and that's why at this point, in my opinion, I'm not a lawyer. It's complete false advertising. This is not how the product works. And this is Swish here, getting the access, having Livy Dunn and whoever else, Amari Stoudemire, Anthony Edwards, blah, blah, blah. Let's watch what happens here.
DeJounte Murray. Pretty solid pack here with Livy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I've been like waiting this whole time to rip a pack.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. Her first pack out of all this time. Why do I not believe that? Why is it not going? Yeah, let's exit out of some of this stuff. The mouse is going to be a problem all show with that. I didn't touch anything. I didn't press the button. Why you got to be like that? Here's another one. Livy Dunn ripped the pack. Oh my God. By the way, she doesn't hit anything. This is what happens. This is why they have to give them. It's actually a big, like, what the fuck? I don't want to buy that. It's totally unclimactic when they rip the pack. Nothing's on it for camera. It not only doesn't sell the product, it actually hurts the product to sell in the first place. No one is interested or excited when they see this. And so that's why Cam Scadaboo has a cam in his, and that's why Cooper Flag has a Cooper Flag. And that's why Con Knipple on the fucking court with Mike Mahan rips a pack and he hits a Con Knipple. Get out of here. You're dumb. You public are all idiots if you buy it. And then I thought, oh, this is interesting. Someone sent me this. This lady inside, she talks pretty good. I like what she has to say. But mind you, she's just selling cards as well. I think it's a cool niche, but she's going to set up at the National. She has a booth. So, I like what she says, but keep in mind, she's playing the Fanatics game.
How would you describe Fanatics' place in this industry?
I think it's a mover. I think it's a shaker.
Anne-Marie Farrell teaches sport management at Stonehill College and closely monitors the sports card.
When I heard that, I wanted to dig deeper. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Well, how do I get that job? It seems like an interesting job. And so I wanted to, and then it's like, oh, she's just kind of hoping and preying on Fanatics and Topps still because, that's part of this business she's doing.
Business. She says the pandemic was an accelerator for the card industry as people crave nostalgia and community.
I think the Fanatics ecosystem has the ability to become the hobby ecosystem. I think it's going to be interesting to continue to see how they build that infrastructure.
That infrastructure includes Fanatics Fest, Fanatics Collect, a card-selling marketplace, Fanatics One, a rewards program, and Fanatics Live, a live stream platform where collectors and even athletes can take part in what's called breaking.
Breaking is, I'm a Yankees fan, obviously. You are opening a $5,000 box of cards. I can't afford a $5,000 box of cards, but I'm going to spend $400 on the Yankees, and you're going to give me every Yankee that comes out of that box.
It's gambling.
100%.
Hey now. All right. So the professor from whatever the college was, 100% gambling. So I like she says that.
One of the main attractions Fanatics brings to the industry is the star power of athletes. The players are the ones considered to be making cards cool again.
All right, so cards cool again. Neo's down below. Give me 1 sec because I just want to finish my train of thought while I'm here. This guy, well, before that, oh, damn it. This mouse going this fast is the problem. Oh, here it is. Anyone else think this was weird from your boy, This Cardboard Life? I mean, there's Brady, or how about this one, the slap? But I thought how similar wrestling and the hobby are. Both have become overpriced for the average fan. Absolutely. And I want to go deeper on that because right now SummerSlam can't sell tickets. And then it's all over YouTube. SummerSlam can't sell tickets. SummerSlam can't sell tickets. And so when we go look for ourselves how much these SummerSlam tickets are in Minnesota, they're dirt cheap. I mean, dirt cheap. You couldn't give them away. Well, look at all the seats still available. It's August 1st. It's Saturday. You have $69 seats. You have $69. Oh, that's too high. All right. Well, right there's $89. How about down below? $129 to sit on the floor. $208. $400. I mean, these are cheap, dirt cheap compared to when WrestleMania came here. $129 for prime seats right there in the aisle where they're coming out. Up top, $70. This is SummerSlam, their second biggest pay-per-view in America, because what they care about right now is selling to the Saudis, in my opinion, and having more shows over there. And I think one of you mentioned Logan Paul and Tom Brady. They want to save for WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia because that's where it's going to be. So it's insane. So just because they're using the athlete model, WWE, just because they're using the celeb model, Fanatics, it doesn't mean it's going to hold long term. You have to have a good fucking product. The people that went to Fanatics Fest and the idiots, they don't know any better. They're new. They're being, oh, this is an amazing show. It was fun. They're going to go buy an $800 box, a $600 box, a $1,200 box. They're going to get skunked. and they're not going to become a long-term customer. And to me, that's just how it is. So I'm going to listen to this guy, then we'll have Neo, throw him on. He can retort to this. And then I have questions for Neo that aren't just like, oh, how was the trip? I tried to do my best to make it interesting and ask him some questions that are a bit more insightful or deep than just, glaze over Fanatics Fest. So here we go. And Neo, thank you for wanting to come on. Let's watch a minute of this.
Fanatics gave me a media credential for Fanatics Fest, which they told me I would have access to their events.
By the way, he has 38,000 Instagram followers. So he's not huge, but by no means is he small at all with 38,000 followers.
Interviews, their talent, all the cool stuff that was going on. So I booked a 5-day trip to New York for me and my editor. I usually create at home, but we can afford it, and I thought it would be a good use of time. None of what they said was true. Then when we got there, straight ghost mode. Never heard back. If you wanted to meet, take a picture, have an autograph with anybody there, I had to pay, like everyone. And if you went to get the autograph, you couldn't bring your own phone. You couldn't take a picture with your phone. They actually took your phone. You could only get the printed out picture that they provided. So on top of not getting the access, we got the free ticket essentially to the event, and you still couldn't really interact with anybody. I was told I had access to this TikTok creator lounge to meet people. There are hours of VODs on Twitch of me trying to find this place and Fanatics employees telling me it doesn't exist. Then we go to interviews. They told me this company might help me. I stopped by this booth 4 times in 2 days, never heard back. Now I'm the kind of guy I want to look at a glass half and actually stopped doing what they were doing to maybe possibly help me was Cameron, W. Cameron. Fanatics, she deserves like 7 pay raises because you all suck. I make this video to probably not work with Fanatics ever again, but so that you, small creators or big, can know these guys don't care about you. And on top of it, I've noticed, I've gone to Super Bowl, I've gone to NFL Draft, now Fanatics Fest. I can do just as good, if not even better, at home making content than going to these events.
Hey now!
Now, it's good to make connections, but anyone think I gotta have access or I gotta have money, I gotta pay to do this shit? No, bro. Me and my $30 webcam is all you need, bro. Fanatics Fest, it was real. I will never go back. I can't.
Ouch. Now, I know Neo's going to have a different take, and for most people I've talked to, especially if you're a vendor there, they made a lot of money to the people that don't know. But Neo, welcome back.
Going on, boys. That guy, I saw that going around on Instagram earlier today. I don't know about the back half because I didn't look for a TikTok lounge or any of that dumb nonsense. But the first half, I don't know why he expected to get like meet and greets
me neither.
and free autos.
I know. Yeah,
it literally says in the email that you got, none of that stuff is listed in there. So I don't know where he got in
the
his
first
head.
half's easy to go at, but the second half's somewhat valid. That if they told him there was a TikTok lounge, you and me aren't on TikTok. I assume you're not.
Maybe there was. I wouldn't have cared to go on there even if there was one. But
he made a stink of it.
I saw that earlier, and I'm like,
he did mention he went to the draft and also the Super Bowl, so he's kind of fed up with it. Maybe after 3 times.
I saw the email that he flashed up there, and I literally have the exact same email because I got the exact same email that he got, and I was like, nowhere in there does it apply. Like, did he think he just like if you get a media badge, you get free access to like all the paid photo ops and autograph session? Like, I don't know. I don't understand where his mind went with what a media pass gets you.
Recon Willie, by the way, that would be awesome. I should send Professor some of my mom's old yearbooks, which is the weird part, but the fun part is it has, we just got rid of it, Brett and Owen Hart, which would be insane. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So speaking of which, these are Neo's seats. I'm curious how much Fanatics helped you out here. I'm kidding, semi. Dude, these are the best seats these are probably the best seats in the entire house.
They help none. I could show you my receipt from Ticketmaster if you want me to text it.
Dude, okay, so we just saw SummerSlam seats, which seems somewhat reasonable. Over under $600 a seat.
Over
under. I hope you don't mind, $1,000 a seat.
Not over.
Okay, we'll leave it there. So between 600 to 1,000. These are excellent seats. Oh, you got these? You get to take these home?
Yeah, they're sitting
you
right there.
bitch. That's cool. Danhausen's the man. This is,
by the way, those chairs are selling for $400 a pop on eBay.
Oh, so you're gonna make your money back right there. Well, normally those seats, now all of a sudden WWE, no one can afford it, or everyone's going to the World Cup, or no one cares anymore. Whatever the mix is, ticket sales, ticket prices have come down considerably.
I haven't been to a WWE event since the Attitude Era. So,
Considerably.
yeah.
Like,
but
when they first came back out of COVID, I was able to go to a SmackDown super low for like $100, but out of COVID, okay, they were just building back up. And then, WrestleMania 40 really peaked everything. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say, I don't know if this was like officially sold out, but it looked pretty packed in there.
Okay, all right. So I have questions for you.
But it was we had a blast. My
my
bet. Wife was like a very casual, like she would like watch it if it was on, or like maybe tune into a pay-per-view. She had a blast. She walked out of there like
it's always fun,
smiling,
especially I bet. I mean, that makes the trip no matter the. I'm sure you had fun at Fanatics too, but you can't beat these seats. I mean, that's crazy.
It was a lot of fun. It was like we were on TV. I watched it back. We were on TV a shit ton.
Oh, but all right. Before I get carried away,
yeah, I was just saying, are we talking Fanatics, or you just want to go on Saturday Night Main Event for 30 minutes?
Do I want to read that to you now? No, someone sent this. I just wanted your take, so we'll start here. Neo main event seats. All right, so fan cash. I watched Ziggy's little thing about fan cash. How much fan cash did you get? Did you play the game? How'd that go?
I got $0 in fan cash.
Hey now,
I did not.
How come it's free, right? They're just handing it out.
You got to go into their little sports
bet
book area, and I don't have time. Like I'm
not. That's what they want to do. They want to convert you, making a $5 bet on their app to give you like, some tokens for fan cash.
The closest I got to the fan cash bar was leaning up against the outside of it to talk to people. I never entered into it once.
So then
now I will say, so there was an interesting aspect of fan cash, not the earning, but I actually think it was a pretty good idea. Oh,
my bad.
Oh, you're good. If you had fan cash, and I don't know if it was every dealer, but a lot of dealers had a little sign on their booth, like multiples of them,
accepting it,
and you could use your fan cash to buy cards at a table like cash, which I thought was actually pretty smart.
That's interesting. All right. So fan cash is the way we're going. Why did that happen? All right. So how about the rumor I heard was that the trade night, there were these football packs, Topps Chrome football packs that like everyone was pulling an auto. Everyone was pulling something. They had top loaders up there ready for you. It was actually more, people were more surprised when you got a pack with nothing, which is clearly not how the product works. So did you get a pack? Did you open a pack?
So I hadn't heard this, but it's funny that you mentioned it. I went to trade night. You can see it in my vlog. I was there for a grand total of about 10 minutes because I walked in, and right when I got there, Karl Anthony Towns came out on stage, and it was just loud as hell between the mic, the music, him, and then 10,000 Knicks fans losing their mind. But when you walked in, they did give you a free pack of Topps Chrome football. And I did hit an Ndamukong Suh.
What do you know, motherfucker?
Out of a one pack.
I'm telling you.
I just thought like, oh, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of random. I didn't think anything of it, but I wasn't at Trade Light long enough to know.
So Stone Collector, fuck off. You asked me, oh, is it a poll or this? Where else do you get this? I'm just saying that's what's going down.
Literally, I walked in, and I walked in. I went one lap through the whole thing, and I was like, all right, I'm out. I've said this in videos. I've aged out of trade nights.
I've never been to trade night. I don't think I've been to one. It's not my thing. I think I'm gonna.
I used to love them
at the national. I've never been a trade night person.
I used to get tons of deals done at them. I used to find really cool stuff at them.
That's where the deals are supposed to be. Trade night.
They are. I just don't have the patience for them anymore. That's all that it is. I'm a grumpy old man. I just don't.
Loud, crowded. Yeah, me too.
But I walk out and I'm like, oh, I have like this random pack of Topps Chrome.
Nah, I hate you. Fuck them.
I was like, whatever, I'll rip it. And then I like flip through and I'm like, oh, what the? All right, I guess I hit an.
Hey now, and Ndamukong Suh, man, was great until he started stepping on people's heads, right?
Yeah.
Still great, but all right. So that's hilarious that worked out that way. I had no idea that was not planned. One thing that you probably don't notice there, but not being there, is just the amount of fucking content shoved down our throat. And I actually think if I went to Fanatics Fest, dude, I'm a huge sports fan. I like wrestling. I like cards. I've never been in New York. I'd probably, if I spent some money, I'd probably have a good time. The content turns me off so much.
I I mean, I watched, I was scrolling Instagram the whole time. I was there like back in the room at night and stuff. And that's all my entire Instagram feed was Fanatics Fest stuff. I participated very little in that stuff. It's happening around you and you'll like hear commotions off to the side or people will start like running in a general direction, but I don't want to say you can ignore it because you're probably going to get impacted by it in some way, just randomly, even if you're not trying to interact with stuff, even if you don't care about the celebrity nonsense. The way the event is kind of designed, you're almost going to randomly run into it, whether you want to or not. Just walking, there's so much crap happening constantly that it's almost impossible to not run into something. But like I went to one thing, the LeBron Mind the Game podcast, in case, because it was the first thing on
Good
Thursday.
question, BP.
I was like, all right, well, we'll see if he announces. So I wanted to be there for that.
Which you didn't.
Which he didn't. So I went there and sat through that, which was fine. It was still.
Where do you think he's going? Just roll the 30 seconds.
I'm still going to say Cleveland.
All right, I'm saying he's going to end up back in Miami. It's one of the two, in my opinion. I'm going to say Miami.
I think it's probably one of the two too. But regardless, it's him and Tyrese Halliburton talking basketball for 45 minutes. This is the worst thing to sit through.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, that's awesome. Yeah.
So then I left. I literally walked out of that, and that was right. That stage was right next to the WWE walkout thing, and Rhea Ripley was doing a lookalike contest, like literally 15 minutes after this thing ended. And I was like, well, what? Like, I'm literally right here. Sure, I'll go over and watch Rhea Ripley do a walkout. And one of the things that they do really good at the WWE experience is they have WWE superstars, like before they go do their photo ops and their signings, they just randomly surprise people. And if you just scroll the WWE Instagram page, you'll see 70 of these because they do them constantly throughout the day. But essentially a person comes out, does say, because the one that I saw was Tiffany Stratton and Alexa Bliss. Someone comes out to their music, the kid is like halfway down the ramp, and then all of a sudden behind them, Tiffany Stratton walks out and the kid doesn't realize it. And at some point in time turns around and has the, oh my God face and, core memory unlocked. There's your viral Instagram moment for everybody to post and share, which works great. It's fantastic. It's a kid, like literally like their face lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. How about
like,
dunking
who's gonna
Gronk in a
hate that?
sauce
Like,
full of canes? Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
The kid, sure, that's cute. The sauce. There was other tactics too. The slap. Get out of here. What's the best reason to go, and then the biggest reason to stay home? Give us one on each.
I'll go reverse order. Biggest reason to stay home would be if you hate crowds.
Hey now.
If you just hate seas of people, it's not for you. One, just entering New York City probably wouldn't be a thing for you if you don't like crowds.
Like, is it busier than the National was last year, or it's the same kind of deal?
It's different.
Like room wise, because for cars, for sports, it's one of the only things I could take a crowd for. So maybe but I handled the National last year. It is a little bit crowded Saturday. Saturday kind of sucked.
If you can handle the National, you would be okay in there. There is some additional annoyances, which I go over in my day 3 vlog. I talk about a little bit more deeply because I had a better feel for it. So the way the room is set up, they essentially have a maze of police barriers throughout the entire show floor. And what they can do is it gives them that's how they move people from place to place easily. They essentially have these mazes built up with walkthroughs. So you could walk through it during normal, let's call it business hour. Like while the show floor is just open, you could just pass through. The second they need to move Livy Dunn from one side of the building to the other, they pull the sides shut, and it's essentially like a walk, like a runway, basically.
They get them in and out that way.
Yeah, but it blocks traffic. You can't move from one side of the show to the other unless you walk all the way to the front of the building and cut across.
Damn.
You can't just like walk down the main aisle and cut across.
So once that's shut off for a minute,
it's only like 10 or 15 minutes. It's not like it's shut off all day long.
But you can't get over there real quick.
Correct. And it's usually always at the most inopportune time, like when you're trying to get from point A to point B, and all of a sudden there's a sea of humanity. And the other problem is that people jam up against it, one, because they're trying to see who's coming through, And then 2, because some people are just trying to get to the other side, and then all of a sudden they just got stuck. And you got to kind of like back your way through the crowd. It's a pain in the ass. That was my biggest thing that I
All right, that's
did
a good.
not
I
like
think
about
that
the
was being
show.
good, and your best reason to go.
If you like WWE, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. Because it is WWE heavy. It's not a large card show. It's 229 tables, I think is what it was. But it is a very good card show. There are
Is
no
it more
wasted
high end?
tables.
I get the feeling it's a little more high.
There
higher
is a lot of
price.
high end there, but
Like,
it's
are there
not all
dollar
high.
boxes?
No, you're rarely gonna see a dollar box, but you will see. I mean, there was plenty of showcases that had $10 to $50 cards in them.
All right.
You're absolutely going to see crazy high end stuff. I mean, I
So
saw
WWE is the best. Sorry to, but that
You're
it's
fine.
like it is a WWE event. Like, it's really fun if you're a WWE person.
if you like WWE, you could probably honestly sit there for a couple of hours and just watch people do WWE walkouts and get randomly surprised when all of a sudden a superstar shows up. You know what I mean? Because
Oh, that's how they do it. Randomly, one of them will walk out.
Yeah, there's times like when the Fanatics games are going on, which is like when the athletes are or the celebrities are competing. They start at WWE walkouts, so you know when that's going to happen. The one thing that they do well is you can pull a schedule up on the Fanatics app that shows you exactly what time things are going to go down. They're usually running late, but it gives you an idea of like, oh, okay, Cody Rhodes is going to do a walkout at 1:00. I don't need to be in the front row, but I'll swing by the back of the booth and stand there when he comes out because sure, I'll watch Cody Rhodes do his walkout, And the other good, if you have kids, this is a no-brainer. If you have a 6 to 14-year-old, they would live their best life in here if they like sports at all. New York City's
Okay, now
expensive.
going on that.
Oh, I was just going to say
$3,000 to cover 4 days. Like, if you have a family, it becomes more expensive. Obviously, if you're local, it's a little different. But I'm assuming to spend the weekend in the city and live a fun time at Fanatics Fest or have a good time, you're spending some money here.
It's not cheap, but it can be done less expensive if you need to. Like, let's take the World Cup part of it out of it because this was
Petty's
unique with the
birthday. Happy birthday, Petty. Sorry, Neil. All right.
Oh, you're good. Happy birthday, Petty. This was unique because the World Cup was going on, so it added an extra level of nonsense for travel.
Sure.
That's normally not going to be the case. So you can, for example, you could stay in Jersey and save a lot of money, and just take the train, take the PATH train. It's $10 underneath the river every day, and save a boatload on your hotel. If you want to.
In about 10 minutes, I have a debate with about are we an early growth stage? And so real quick, this is from Frank, and I'm going to bust Frank's balls here a little, but how much does Fanatics and Collectors Universe pay you a month? Get out of here. I don't buy it. Get out of here. No chance. No chance.
Zero.
All right.
Zero.
Hey, that's awesome. That
I have 2 sponsors. I have the Penny Sleeper and I have CIA Auctions.
Hey now.
That's it. Those
Go
are the
check
only
out
2
the
sponsors in the
Auctions. Thank
channel.
you for
And I have
Frank
affiliate
wants to
links.
defend himself. He didn't know I was going to ask that, but I asked Frank for a fucking question. He's
Oh,
like,
Frank,
you're going to be nice.
let's go, Frank.
Frank, you're like, oh, you're going to be nice to him? You're going to be nice? And I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to ask the question.
You
Sorry,
ask
Frank.
whatever you
Frank.
want.
I threw Frank under the bus a little there.
What do you got, Frank?
Oh
He's
man.
all right.
Did you get Daddy Hoj to sign your permission slip to go to Fanatics? Were you allowed to go there? When's the next exclusive?
I had a little chat with Hogue at the he was there
Not
on
Hoj
Friday.
Hogue, right? Because it's easy to confuse.
Oh yeah, Hogue. I'm sorry.
Had a chat.
No,
All
that
right.
was
So does
dope.
zero
That was dope.
change? Sometimes it's zero. Sometimes it's not.
No, it's always zero. PSA has never paid me $1.
So you're just doing a journalistic service.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been paid a single $1 by.
Hey, now.
Once again,
Never got
once
any-
again,
We
I
asked-
stand by what
we
I
asked
said.
that
Never got any subs from having the exclusive, interview
Well,
not
that's a
paid,
different
though.
story.
That's
That's
not
why
getting
it works
paid.
for him.
Okay, all right.
There's
We
only
didn't-
one
you know,
person
we-
on this panel that has ever cashed a check from Nat Turner, and it is not
It's
me.
not Nat Turner. It's Card Ladder, damn it.
Yeah, but Nat Turner owns
And I
Card
use
Ladder.
them every show. It should come on.
This
Get
is
outta
how I
here.
was
I knew that was
introduced
coming up.
to Jason. This guy will always jab you about taking the collector's check, and he's like, "Oh no, Neo," you know what I mean? Like it's just a jab. I was like, "Yo, you have to go at him about rationalizing $80 grading at the national and all that other kind of stuff."
Hey, it's insane. You
$229
can't
grading.
rationalize
Not
it.
$80
There's no
grading.
way.
It's $229 grading.
It's insane.
Come on, let's hear
Hey,
about it.
only
Yeah,
no,
tell
any
tell
random
us all
joke
about it. Why 229? We're all like should line up for $229 grading.
If you have a card that is in that price range,
I mean,
it is
what is that price range? Because I have like a $600-700 card I want to grade here. I don't want to. I'm not spending $80, $250 for it. I have
like
some of
a
those one piece cards.
$1,000 plus card. $1,000 plus.
Okay, I think we jumped the shark. I don't know. No, I
Do
don't
you want the
well
answer to
done.
the question or
Well
not?
done.
I mean, I'll answer the
Yeah,
question.
I know the answer. I listen to your content. I get it.
Frank
I
doesn't
mean,
trust
so-
it.
so
Frank
what's wrong
doesn't
with the
trust
answer?
it. I can see Frank's not satisfied.
We've
doesn't buy
jumped
it.
the shark. No, I mean the pieces
You
of plastic.
came on.
I'm sorry. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I really am. I crack more.
I'm glad
slabs
you
than I spin
asked.
it.
I'm glad we
So,
asked.
you know what I mean? Like
It does
they're
Neo a
ugly.
service too. By
It's
saying,
it's boring to talk about. It's boring to
not
think about.
boring.
And then by the time like just waiting in lines and the Fanatic content, I was passing out. Well, on Friday night we were on Four Collectors and he was showing me the line that Ziggy got
God,
in
for the
for
EQL,
like an
no
EQL
chance.
of something he
Did
already
you wait
bought.
in that line, Neo?
Yeah, so
What are
I
you
waited in
doing?
line with Ziggy. The line the line that I waited in for EQL on Thursday afternoon.
Wrapped,
but it moved fast because you're already paid. All you're doing is
By the
walking
time
up and
you're
showing
telling me
your
to move
ID.
fast, I'm already out.
If it goes that fast, it wouldn't be that long of a line.
I waited in line for 20 minutes. I don't know what you want
All
me to
right,
tell you.
all right. What? Yep. I
There
believe
was
you.
there was a comment in one of the videos, Jason, where he was in a line, and then that was when one of the celebrities decided to show up and like start handing out cards from the line. So everything stopped for like the celebrity sighting, and the guy was losing his fucking mind in the comments.
Whose video is this?
I don't know.
That absolutely
it was
happened.
it had to be on your video. It really did, because those types of comments don't come up with otherwise. But
Hey now, all right, fine.
look, I'm not the target demographic, so.
Oh, he's out of here. Neo, I have one last thing I want to do with
Yeah,
you.
do you guys want me to submit my 1099s at the end of the year or something?
No,
Or
I mean, if you're going to tell me what it is, that's all we could do. I've been wanting a reason to go back to New York, so I was a viewer. I went Friday and Saturday. My take so far is this: I enjoyed my time there. There's so much to see and do that has nothing to do with the hobby itself. Plus, the accessibility to the stars without needing to pay $300 for a meet and greet is pretty cool. I'm not going to freak out over them, but bumping knuckles with Brady is a pretty cool memory. But now that I'm back home and watching the social media lens, it looks so corny and fake. The hobby is definitely way out of hand. Nobody wanted anything to do with the cards. I wanted to sell, and everything I saw was way too expensive for me to even look at. So yeah, I'd sum it up with I like how he sums it up with it's a lot better in person than what we get fed on our feeds. Plus, I just love that city and the bars at night with the World Cup. But here it is. You know how when you go to a game and so much is going on, you go home and watch the highlights and you find yourself saying that happened there? That's what it's like. I thought that was very well said here. I don't know. Do you have any response to this or what do you think?
I think that closing line is a pretty accurate take, because I would go back to my room at night and I was walking through the building for 8 hours of the day, and I would scroll Instagram and be like, I had no idea like half this shit even happened, because there is that much going on in the room. And you asked about the cost earlier. The one thing you could I'll say, yes, getting there and hotels and all that stuff, it's all going to depend on you, where you want to stay, how you want to navigate it. The ticket value, it's like $70, $75, $80 a day to get in if you're paying for a ticket. Everything that you do in there, unless you're like actively buying merch or a card, is essentially free. So like all the panels, there's no charge to go to. Yes, he's right. Like you could stand against the rail and randomly have celebrities walk by you, take selfies, sometimes get free autographs, whatever. Like that guy's comment, I think, was really pretty spot on.
Flint, you gave me so much shit in the other thing. Now we hear you're right. I couldn't believe when I saw Collector Charles was over there with the biggest shit-eating grin, taking a picture with Card Collector too, and it just like, all right, Charles is a
Have
fanboy. It
you?
was hilarious.
I
Oh, Neo's
don't-
favorite.
don't
I
pat-
shouldn't even. I saw the damn
no.
comments. I shouldn't read the comments. Neo doesn't. Neo gets so annoyed. But yeah, it's a huge
No, I just
smile. Charles, what are we doing?
There's a place that I could go, and I don't know if I want to go there or not.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Go there. Fuck it. That's the show. That's
all
what
right,
the show is.
pull up. I need you to pull up his YouTube channel.
Oh, you want me to pull up his YouTube?
I need you
All
to
right,
pull
and then
up.
after this, I'm having a debate.
it.
So I'm doing it. All right.
I'm sorry, Charles.
College, I don't know if you got tease for tomorrow because I probably won't get this tonight. College football put in the franchise mode. They charge you $50, $100 just to upgrade your guy. Underdog, a gambling company, out. This guy breaks down his NBA contract. Jalen Clark from his mouth. He gets money when cards are sold. All right, that's for tomorrow. We want to put up Charles. Let's do it. From that to Charles, NBA.
It's not often that I make.
I have. I'm just at what does AIH always say? Was he the one that always says I'm just asking questions?
AIH has
So
been
right
talking.
there.
I just
Wait,
haven't
yeah.
been able to
No,
get him
you were
on.
on the well, yeah. You could go to his what I learned.
7,500.
Right there.
This is, you know how hard I work to get 7,500.
Okay,
I'm
click-
sorry. That's why I get fed up. That's why I don't
click
like
on
it.
this. Just click on this, and then just scroll down.
How, over under 19 likes.
How many comments?
17. Damn, I'm too good. How
many comments?
I just do it all the time.
How many
17 likes with 7,500 views and 2 comments, and one of them's our friend here in our comment section or helps run the live, Rhonda.
I'm just asking.
And the other one's JML, who he breaks with. Sorry, Charles. Come on. Here's the thing: you're
I'm just asking
7,500 views, and then you go to my channel. I bust my ass. I go to Card Vault. I do a good video. It gets 6,000. So my ass. That's why it's fake. It's Fugazi. I know you just want to build your name. Maybe here's what Neo. Should I start paying for Google AdSense so I can start getting, or Google Ads, or whatever the fuck it is, so I can start getting propped up like everybody else?
I'm just asking questions, Prof.
Well, maybe I should just do it. Maybe I should start getting
asking a
20,000 views a video. Everyone else is doing it. Why not me? Yeah, not me. Not me. Mine are earned. All right. Charles, you're getting me into trouble. Charles, I mean Neo. Neo, any final thoughts about Fanatics Fest? Thank you for coming on, by the way. That was fun.
It is fun. It could be expensive. You can do it cheap if you want to, especially when it's not on the World Cup weekend. That definitely adds a layer of nonsense to it. There is a good card show in there. There is a whole bunch of freaking nonsense going on in there. Yeah, you're gonna see. I saw King of Cards at Card Collector 2's booth with 1 billion people standing around watching them do a deal. But you can also walk the show floor like I did for 3 days and not care about any of that shit. And basically, I don't want to say you can ignore it because it will absolutely get in your way at some point.
Rafe, have some fun.
No avoiding it. It will at some point in time. Some celebrity nonsense will block an aisle away, slow you down, cause a crowd, whatever. That's absolutely going to happen if you walk in that door.
Frank, you're trying to get back on. You're teasing me. I don't know what you're doing.
Bring Frank back. I like Frank.
Yeah, Frank's the man.
No, I don't have to come on. I'm just asking, what One Piece cards did you get? That was the only thing you bought. Were there decent deals there?
It was like any other card show. Yeah, there was some stuff that was super over comps. But yeah, there was some stuff there were some dealers selling stuff at fair prices too. Like it's just I can say the exact same thing about the National next week. Like I'm gonna walk in there and there's gonna be some dealers that are super high on prices, and there's gonna be some stuff that you can get pretty good deals on. I got
Rated Cards Immortal here.
I got a Zorro.
Hey now,
Hawk in the background. Cool looking Zorro. This was like 180.
What do you think about the? I know they don't want to hear this. The nerding out for a second, but let me ask you: what do you think about the tournament cards? Like they go for a lot of money. Some of the tournament cards.
Yeah, because they're limited print run. Like there's only so many out there. You know, they're low pop, so there's not going to be a ton of them, and you got to earn them. So it's not like you could just go scalp them or something. Like, you know, you.
And I've been very kind to Charles
them.
forever. You know, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. We called him out before on it. It sucks for the. You know, it just, yeah, I bust my ass getting 7,000 views. I wish I was constantly getting 7,000 views. Just be honest. It's just it's not really the space. Neo, so still One Piece is more value. You know anything about the TCG for called Riftbound?
Yeah, I have a box of it sitting back there somewhere.
Hey, now, all right. I'll talk. I have more to come on that, but not tonight. Neil, thank you for calling in. Have a great weekend, bro. It was a lot of fun.
I just real quick, I will
Oh, yeah.
say that the dealers that I talked to had great shows. Like
They did. Of course.
absolutely.
I
Like,
talked to dealers from
crushed.
it. They did. That makes
every
sense. They
dealer
spent
I
$90 million for the place, so they better fucking have crushed. It's a $90 million event where they fed you people. They better crush. It makes sense. They did crush. Let's get Blue Red on. I have someone. I have Mark coming on, but he hasn't called in yet. So let's throw Blue Red on with us. Blue Red, what's up?
So, what do you
there's
think
Mark.
about Cedric Coward now?
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. And even is Blue Red just trolling with us the whole Blue Red? I have to ask. Oh, Mark, I'm gonna throw you on in just a minute. Blue Red, I have convinced myself after last week that you've been trolling us this entire time. You're secretly just collecting Kobe and Jordan, and you come on here for fun just to troll the shit out of us.
I'm not trolling anybody. I'm just telling the truth. But I have a Cedric Coward gold out of 50 BGS 9.5 hollow foil.
Hey now.
And imagine if he becomes.
Why are we talking? But why? What did Cedric Coward do in the last couple weeks that made you like? How do you like me now? It's the off season.
It's because he is starting to become more clutch, and
how did he become more clutch over the summer? Is he like draining threes in summer league? Like what?
Starting to become more clutch.
He's performing well in the summer league, and I saw this.
I hope so. He's a second-year NBA player.
Did he play in summer league?
Yeah, he did.
Is he like,
I saw him.
Really?
Right.
Is he really nailing the B button on NBA 2K or something?
Blue Red, I think you're messing with us all.
By the
You're
way,
a smart
I saw
guy.
a video of him throwing a towel, and it was almost exactly like how Kobe Bryant threw a towel.
You see what I'm saying? I'm out of here. Neil, thank you for calling in. We got Mark coming. We'll talk to him. Blue Red, I swear I learned your thing. I promise you. Oh, there's Neil. I'm just getting him out there. I promise you. He's secretly buying Kobe and Jordan. And he's telling everyone to go buy Cedric Coward and Kingston Flemings. It's hilarious because he's getting more clutch. We love you. And I hate when people say that, but truly, I mean, Blue Reds won us all over. So we have Mark, true poker dealer. He came to me last week and presented an idea of a debate where he wants to debate sports cards are in early growth stage. So I don't know if I have some notes. It's not kind of fair if he doesn't have notes. I'm sure he has notes. And so, you know, the before I throw him on, the part I'm going to attach myself is the early, because that was the stipulated early growth stage, and I don't know. So we'll throw Mark on. Who's Greg? Oh, Greg likes cats. What's up, Greg? Greg, I have a scheduled call right now. If you have a half hour and 30, 40 minutes, you want to call back. But Mark, I schedule for this time. So Greg, 30, 40 minutes. If you have time, if you can call back, I'll throw you on then. Or if you want to, you know, talk about this subject at all once me and Mark are kind of through our discussion. So go check out Mark, true poker dealer. Let's throw him on. How are we doing, Mark?
Hey, what's happening? I've got a little microphone I'm going to have to embarrass myself and hold in front of my face today. It's all I got, though. So here we are.
Hey, yeah, the point matters more than the small mic. Maybe not. So, okay, something you mentioned, I thought it was a good idea. You were kind of passionate about, I think it's still an early growth stage. I think I can make a good argument. It's early. And I'm like, okay, well, I think I could defend the other side pretty well. So do you want to come up with some opening? I don't know how. We didn't plan for the debate. We didn't plan to talk about it. I kind of want to let you go on why you think it's, you know, still in the early growth stage.
Well, first of all, there's nobody better to have this conversation with than you, because first of all, you love debating and you're here for it, right? And so I just want to say I'm here for this too. And I'm happy to go first. And it looks like you have notes though, but yeah, I'm happy to
I know,
go
but
first.
my notes are not fair because they're on my side. So you'd have to retort, I guess, what I would say, or some of them are rebuttals for what I think you're going to say.
All right. So basically, let me just say what this means, that we're in an early growth stage. It might seem sort of obvious just hearing that, but here's what I'm actually saying.
Obvious.
What I'm saying, no, well, obvious. What the point that I'm going to try to make.
Got it. I thought you were trying to throw some subliminal. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to like WWE.
I'm messing around.
Start. Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is that the hobby is in a really like early growing pain stage where there's a lot of growth that is going to be coming. And of course, this is an opinion and a guess, right? who am I? I'm somebody that spent years working in the casino industry. I'm not, somebody that spent years working in the hobby. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm looking at here that I think will be really fun to sort of talk through and see if we can put some of these pieces together, because I'm a believer in evaluating things instead of just having an opinion.
First of all, I know it will be a great conversation because you definitely have thoughts behind what you're going to say. So let me ask you first, what's your main thesis, or what's the reason? I know there's going to be several factors, but is there any way to break it down in a minute or 2 minutes of your main why we're in, and then we could maybe piece it out more, or we could just start in the different fragments. I mean, that's up to you.
So here's what I'll start with. So the hobby is so much more dynamic than it used to be, and it's created an ecosystem that keeps our attention like never before. And our attention, every single business is fighting for our attention. Okay. Right now, in a world where like we can't keep somebody's attention for more than 5 seconds on a smartphone, this hobby seems to be grabbing people's attention in a way that it's just never come anywhere close to before. And it sort of shifted with COVID. We saw this. I mean, that was a unique circumstance. And then it went back down, right?
Okay,
So
now I think most here, I'm going to dive into what I think most of the audience wants us to kind of get to so I'm going to dive in a little harder. Billions of dollars have moved from private equity into the space. About 2022, literally, they spent $500 million on just tops. They spent $700 million on just collectors. So I'm going to make an argument all night that the early stage was 2015, was 2012. We're so far past that now. We're at the point where a lot of money's been put in and they can't fail. They don't want to fail. And so that's why we're seeing the game we're seeing. And so I would argue that like even the breakers or content creators, Jeff started in 2019. He's able to grow into what he is now. He got in at the growth stage. You're late now. You're not going to start a YouTube channel and, jump past the hierarchy. So that's where I'll start is that a lot of money's been put in. And I think prior to that might've been early growth. Like we go back to the chart in 18, 17, 16 on prices of cards. Anyone that was in then just made tons of money when the boom happened. If they're still in, they've made tons of money over the past year and a half. So I don't know. That's where I'd start is that the money already came in and the players have already been set.
Right. Well, the question that we're basically about to debate is whether or not there's a ton more growth about to happen. Right. So I'm saying that there's a ton more growth about to happen, so much so that this is an early stage of growth. The number one thing I want to start with is just real simple. Okay. Is the cards themselves. So within the last 15 years or so, the cards themselves are dramatically more interesting with much better tech than they've had.
And no photography anymore, though, God forbid.
So this is part of where I say that it's a growth stage, right? Like there's so many problems with so many things in the hobby. And the conclusion that a lot of us naturally are going to try to draw is that means that it's going to collapse. But I would say that anything substantially sized that has as much of a dynamic nature as the hobby with all these different pieces to it is going to have a ton of crap. And what I would say is going to collapse is the crap, not the hobby. And I think
the hobby, I agree, will never collapse all the way, but it can be in for a bad surprise or a rude awakening.
All right, well, let's just talk about a few things. All right. So first of all, the cards themselves, like I said, they have much better tech. They have legacy cards now that we look forward to the release of every single year, where when these releases come, people are literally excited in a way that.
So which cards, which sets?
I mean, the Topps Chrome sets nowadays. It used to be Prism, Topps Chrome, the Sapphire sets, the Dynasty sets. I would actually ask the chat, how many sets do you as an individual, if you're in the chat right now, genuinely look forward to?
For me, at this point, it's none. It used to be Optic at some point, and then it's like, oh, they're overprinting and coming up with too much of it, and it's not rare anymore. And I've been wrong because I thought when Wemby came, I love Wemby. It's a dime a dozen. I don't need fucking which one's going to be the one. Everything Wemby went to the moon because he was the guy. So, or is he the guy? I don't know.
I love your chat, by the way. Your chat is the biggest group of humorous haters. And the funny thing is I'm up here now, but I'm one of them when I'm in there, of course. But it's just like, it's so fun to just hate. And I totally resonate with that. So I have no problem with you guys saying this.
No, stuff. And Mark has, Mark's a smart dude. So I still feel that just, again, I'll give you some that sure, a lot has happened where we'll see where it goes, and it could have the possibility of going really right. I'll move to my second point is that the infrastructure is not there, and none of the leading companies are incentivized to make they're making so much money in the way it's being done now and the way it's been able to manipulate it now. They're not really incentivized to provide and you know, a better infrastructure and how, you know, how will we buy, and some of the grading companies are shut down, turnaround times are terrible, auction house terms of service they don't care of changing, rampant shill bidding, you know, out of house and in-house theft. So all these problems that kind of need to be addressed in order for me to think a ton more money, a smart money is coming in.
Yeah, I mean, these are the growing pains that I'm pointing at, that I'm saying that my position in this conversation is that these growing pains are they're signs of growth. You know, let's just take a pause for a second and think about 1990. Okay, in 1990 we had overproduction, of course, and we've all suffered some as a result of that. But back then you sort of had to do that because it was the only way to get cards all over the place. Google didn't come out until 1998. eBay didn't come out until 1995. The internet wasn't a thing that we all used anywhere near what it was
again.
today.
That's a good idea.
The smartphone came out in 2007. YouTube came out after 1990. Like, it was just a completely different world back then. And now we're all like, it feels like the internet's been here forever. It really has.
Chad is just on one right now. My God, I'm sorry. The internet's you're right. The internet, and why did it take so long though? Why did it take 30 years for us to get to this weird stage we're in now? It took, the internet was there in 2015, 2018.
So, you know, you and a lot of other people have chosen to create YouTube channels around this stuff, and everybody with a smartphone now is a creator, and the hobby is experiencing the benefit of this really for the first time within the last 6 or 7 years, right? It hasn't been a whole lot longer than that where it's caught on and been interesting to watch. And also, of course, the chat is going to be against me as we start this conversation. Gio's come on here. He comes trying to like support the hobby, and like, it's all about.
Well, you're trying to be optimistic about that. You think there's a lot more room. I don't think it's early. Maybe the early is maybe we're mid stage. I'd like to think we're gonna start seeing some normal prices again soon, but to call it early is when you told me 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh dude, when he says early, it's because it's hard not to argue it's growth, because you see all these people getting fascinated and more outside businesses coming in and more slab companies and more mystery pack companies and more shops. So it's hard not to argue everyone's fascinated and thinks they can make money this way. So you have to call it a growth period. Early growth is hard for me.
Let's go this direction here. And so geographic limitations are this infrastructure. You're saying there's not a great infrastructure. It used to be really hard to get a card from somebody halfway across the world, but over the last like 10 years or so, that's become more and more and more available.
Yeah, but you see that, I mean, we just had the guy on that he paid $500,000 for a card, which is shenanigans, and he never got the card. Like, that's why when that kind of money's being spent, there should be a better way to treat those customers, you know. And that's one case. That's a bad case. The guy shouldn't be spending $500,000 like on a car that's going to get mailed to. Just go pick it up, have someone fly it to you, of course. But there just seems to be a lot of issues with the current system.
with it. And if some business were to do this really well, there would be a lot of money in it for them. I disagree with you that there's no incentive for the infrastructure. I think that it's hard for businesses to imagine how to do it cleanly. And eBay has this huge like stranglehold on everything. But I mean, we talked in a conversation a couple of weeks ago about what eBay could be if they had their heads on straight, right? Like, none of us like eBay. eBay
one of one. We're not. We're all taking. We all have our own opinion. I mean, you don't want me to change your opinion. We're having a conversation. I don't know. You're right. Chat's being a little brutal. I mean, I let them be.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it though. Like, I usually come in and talk about things that feel better. I understand this side of it. I said this point on the show like a month or two ago. I want to say it again just to like lead into this. Like, right now we have this infrastructure of eBay where you can buy and sell cards all over the world. It's like my house behind me is essentially a shelf on the store in eBay. And that's a new thing that's developed.
Well, it's not that new. You could have put a store in 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but nowadays it's much cleaner. Like, I don't know about you, but before COVID, it felt scary to buy and sell for the average person. Maybe that was just my personal experience.
It got
but
a whole
on
lot
eBay,
scarier after because there's a lot more scam artists after. So I
there's
don't.
more scam
Yeah, I
artists, but
bought
now
off
they do
eBay.
they use PSA to authenticate. It definitely makes like little bit at a time. It makes it better and better and better. But also like the way that eBay's set up is wacky. Like I don't like selling on eBay because they take like 13% or whatever after, and you got to pay other fees on top of that. But I want everyone else to sell on eBay because the comps show up. It's a silly juxtaposition.
I think
Like it's
you've even talked about it. I do think there's a lot of marketplaces trying to take market share. The problem is needle in a haystack. You know, it's almost impossible for any of these companies coming up to really gain momentum and take it away from eBay.
it is hard because they have a stranglehold on it, and we talked about it. I mean, I could pull up the graphic. Like the one thing that eBay has that's more important than anything else in the hobby is that is the place where cards are bought and sold, and that because of that, that's the place where our eyeballs go. But it's also really annoying. Like if you look up a card that you're interested in, especially a popular card, you got to scroll through listing after listing after listing after listing after listing after listing for the same card. Like we're coming to a place where
Card
there's
deal,
a ton
join
of
us.
opportunity for growth.
I mean, that's what
never
I
wanted to
think the
come.
growth is here. I'll point out why I didn't want to use visuals, but I looked this card up last night for my site just because I'm doing pricing, and I own this card. I traded for it with a friend and the whole set. He opened a lot of it back, and I mean, so when I traded for it, it was raw. It graded a 9, and when I traded for it, maybe a 9's like $400 back in 2023. 2025, it's $363. September of last year, $500, and I was I mean, I have to sell this card immediately. It's $1,650. There's 9,000 in a 9. It's like how much more room? People are going to lose money buying it $1,600. It's ludicrous, you know. And so that's why there needs to be a correction before people start throwing a lot of money at this stuff, because this card really has no business being $1,600. And look at the only other time you saw a spike like this, there was a heavy crash back down.
But that's part of the point, though. It wasn't interesting to look at this card. I mean, a little bit, but not that interesting to pull it up on a live stream on a YouTube show even 5 years ago.
I'll tell you, put it up there. It's not $1,600. I'm selling immediately. If you want to buy it, contact me. $1,650.
I guess the thing I want to say here is the fact that we're even on about something like this is just such a different experience than it was even 5 years ago. It hadn't caught on. We can go on and on and on. There's endless content, infinite content every single day about sports cards. And with the gambling engine that's made its way into the hobby, it puts it on billboard after billboard after billboard. Somebody made fun of me for not being good enough to make it on First Take in the comments. But First Take literally was talking about Fanatics Fest like last week. That's never been the case before. They don't do stuff like that on mainstream media. The hobby is so interesting and dynamic that it's made its way all the way to First Take.
Well, yeah,
it's just
that's all inside. That's maybe not organic though. That's the problem. Greg is down below. Is it cool if we throw him on with us?
Yeah. I could use the help.
No, this has been great. You're doing a great job. Chat, you're standing your ground. What's up, Greg?
I don't know if I'm here to help.
No, do your thing. You're good.
You seem like a nice guy. You just have a real
Greg, can you get closer to a mic or no?
Can you hear me a little better?
Probably. I don't know. Who knows?
Can you hear me?
You're
at
good.
all?
You're good. Yes, I can. Yep.
Yeah, you seem like you just have a real salesman vibe. Like you're trying to sell me a vacuum or something. Like,
there's literally nothing in it for me.
He teaches people to play poker.
What's your like,
poker.
What's your
I teach people to work.
He just believe. My take, real quick, talking to him, he's having a lot of fun with cards again, and the fact that there's value now adds to more fun. And I think everyone is hoping that stays going because they're enjoying watching cards go up and their picks go up. That would be my talking with Mark. He's optimistic because he's enjoying the shit out of it.
Well, then we can.
I don't want to speak for Mark.
I'm also enjoying it. It's fun. You know, it's fun collecting your favorite players. It's fun when a guy that you bought for a good price goes on a hot streak and his card doubles. So I mean, and I get it, you're coming from the gambling industry, so this is like a lateral move kind of for you, because I mean you're pretty much entering the same space. You're not gambling on poker cards, you're gambling on sports cards.
Dynasty.
I mean, I don't work in the hobby at all. I still work in the other industry, and I teach people to work in the industry. I don't actually work in the industry that much anymore. But for me, it's like it is true. Oh, I've seen a lot, and I've seen unstable industry in the casino industry for years, and I've seen how it grows, and I've seen it stabilize, and it still hurts people. But the card hobby is just like this right now. It's all over the place.
Yeah, like it's like if the card hobby had a VIX, like in the stock market, it would be really high right now because it's so volatile.
But it's not in the stock market. Oh.
I'm just comparing, like if
it
card
is.
hobby had a VIX, it would be very high because I do think it's very volatile. I do think the problem is Topps is not pushing collecting the cards. Topps is pushing ripping packs and selling the hits. So I think a lot of the people that are coming into the hobby, I would even include myself to a degree, are in it to pack cards and make a profit off of them.
By the way, I didn't get to two of my slides that feel like big news, so we'll do that after this. But sorry, a little tease.
But yeah, I sold my Shohei Ohtani this weekend. I sold it for $3,000.
Hey now,
I was happy with that. They like put it under a microscope and shit, man. Like they were examining the fuck out of that thing, and like it was not in perfect condition. I don't even know if it would have gotten an 8. So at that point, I didn't feel like dealing with eBay. I didn't feel like dealing with the mail. I didn't feel like dealing with the authentication, going through that stressful process like I did with the Cooper flag.
Sure, no, that makes sense. You get $3,000 for it like that. Come on now.
And I haven't really bought a box. I really haven't bought a box since. I've been buying a lot of singles.
Hey
I'm gonna take a page out of a Blue Red and give a couple recommendations. One might already be a little too late. Yordan Alvarez. I don't know if y'all have been watching his cards lately, but they're skyrocketing.
Who else you gonna recommend? Junior Caminero?
I mean, he's not going for a triple crown. I think that's going to make national news for the rest of the
Jordan's
season.
what, 29? I think the other one's 22. Yeah, no, Jordan's hitting his peak. He's had some good career numbers too.
For football season, this is a sleeper pick. I really like Davis Mills. If you can get Davis Mills rookie autographs,
Greg, I want to kick you out for that one.
I live in Houston. So I kind of have my pulse on this.
I've heard that name get out.
They're not back in Stroud like they were, a couple seasons ago.
That doesn't mean the other guy's any good.
Davis Mills went 5-0 with the team. That defense is so good. They just need a quarterback that's not going to lose games. And Davis Mills is the perfect fit. And just look at what Malik Willis' stuff is doing just for maybe getting a shot.
So
look at what Jarrett Stidham's stuff did for getting a spot start in the playoffs.
Well, you better be ready to sell quick. Mark, your point is proven with someone like Greg. Greg hadn't been in. He's back in. He's buying boxes, getting excited. It all takes a toll on money.
Yes, sir.
Greg, let me ask you this. When the dust settles from this early growth stage that we're in, yes, troll me for that. I'm just having fun. But when the dust settles from this stage, what are collectors going to care about?
I mean, money, making money. And then collecting is secondary.
No, collectors. The definition of collector is the opposite of the thing that you're saying.
Collectors are always going to be there, man. Collectors never left.
What are they going to care about? What cards are they going to want?
Say that again.
Which cards, which sets? What are they going to want?
I like Bowman baseball. I like Topps Chrome. I'm more of a Topps guy. I'm not a big Panini guy. I'm glad that Topps has the license. But there are good products and there are bad products to buy. I think those are the ones that are going to hold over the next 10 years. Those are going to be the cards, the rookies, the autographs that people want.
Just as a collector, and what I think, Mark, you've done with yours, I think collectors like finding value. They don't want to go overpay on a card. They want to find something they think it doesn't have to 10x or even 3x or 2x, but something that they find they like and it has a little value. And the values, if you're going to, as a collector, if you're going to go buy a $500 gold card that you like, you don't expect it to be worth $100. You expect it to stay around 500 or go up, or else you probably wouldn't spend the 500. Like, I think that gets mixed. Like, collectors do like collecting. And if I'm going to spend money on dollar cards, sure, that's my choice. I think they're going to be dollars. But if I'm going to go out and spend $400 on a card, I'm going to research a card I want, a card I think that's going to last, a card. So I think collectors long-term, it's going to be, where can you find value. It's no fun to overpay on everything.
What do you think those cards are going to be? Like,
that's hard to say. We couldn't tell
piggybacking
from
off
the
the
90s.
poker
It's hard
dealer,
to
what do you
say.
think those cards are going to be in 10 years?
There's
that
so
people
many
are
inserts out there. There's so many cool things it can be that everyone, maybe hopefully in an ideal world, there becomes a place for everyone where if you have money for the $10, you go buy $10. If you have, I don't think it's going to last that way. I think what we're going to see is a huge divide where you have these athletes who are millionaires coming in, spending tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. And then there's going to be a big gap between that. And you already see it now. And the regular people that are spending $10 to $200. And you see that gap now. You're ripping retail for a reason. Because you can't afford the case or the hobby box. So you see, we're going to see that divide way bigger because they are targeting high-end
it's two
money.
completely separate hobby. Like there's the industry and
Yes,
then there's the hobby.
yes, it
And
is.
it's completely
I would say
different.
more
We're in
than
our own,
two.
we're in our own worlds. We're in our own ecosystem.
It could be more than two. That's fair.
We've got entertainment. We've got the cards themselves for collectors. We've got the whole flipping market. We got card shows. We've got athletes that are on social media regularly now, participating in a way that they've never done before.
Propaganda.
I do think
And
that's
a lot
good
of it's
thing.
propaganda, and it's that's the stuff that's going to fall off when I mean, all of the
No,
stuff
Mr.
that's
Unger.
crap and the cesspool is going to crumble, but that doesn't mean that there won't be stuff still here. It gets a lot of people into it, though. That's the one thing that makes this more growth is that
He's
it's
not paid. He loves
everywhere
the
now.
cards. I think he sees cards going in. He's thinking about.
You
My
just
guess
said
was talking
early
about. He's
growth,
thinking
and
about
now
getting
you're
into
talking about
cards
a
more
collapse
seriously.
already.
What's that?
I said he's just been talking about early growth, and now he's talking about a collapse just because the athletes get bored of it.
Well, no,
he's
I'm
playing-
saying
at least
that
he's being fair.
I'm saying the dirty pieces are what's going to fall off. All the stuff that we know has a lack of integrity that bothers all of us in this room right now and in the chat. That's the stuff that's going to fall off. The question is it going to destroy this
Beyond
growth
proof.
period, or are we going to
hey
keep
now.
going up?
Let's get
I
Ultimate
think because
Victory
of
in
the
here.
addiction factor, I don't think that's going to stifle people as much as you might think. I think casinos are fucking terrible places that will screw you over, kick you out if you win too much, but people still go to them because they like to gamble. So I mean, that might there might be anecdotal reasons why certain person leaves the hobby because he got screwed over on a deal or something like that. That's always going to happen. But I think a lot of people weigh pros and cons.
James, I think that's fair. But I also think when you spend on your $200 player, you don't, as a collector, when you go out for that bigger card, you don't want to lose on it. You're not expecting it to go down to $10. Sorry to interrupt you, Greg.
Well, maybe you go on tilt and buy another one.
Let's get Ultimate Victory. Thanks for calling in. What's up? Up. Hey now. Where is he? You're always a good call. Ultimate Victory, get the hell here. What's going on?
No.
We can't hear you. You're muted. There he is. Is that him? No, he's out of here.
I was waiting.
Mark.
Yeah, we were
do you
both
have
about
any-
to get roasted if he came on.
I think, well, hopefully, I'm sure he'll call back. I have a few more points I want to get to. Go about almost a half hour. Mark, what else? Any other points you wanted to make sure to get in? Because you haven't got like anything else you really wanted to. Because what you see as a whole, you're optimistic, or you see a world where, yeah, it could take off more.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's just a lot more growth to happen because, first of all, the finance guys haven't actually even stepped into it, and we're not going to know when they start doing it. That's their nature.
I think they have.
That well, they're
on the stage at FanFest.
So I would ask the question: are they in the early stage or are they in a
I think
late
their
stage?
money
Right?
is.
I don't think there's much. I think it's
We'll
started.
see. Time will show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No,
none of us
when
know.
they get bored though, and when they cash out, it's going to be a lot of people holding the bag.
Professor, AI hasn't even really done much in the hobby yet. That's going to be interesting too. There's a ton of growth that's going to be starting around that. Imagine being able to find the exact serial number that you want for the exact card that you want just about anywhere. Like the technology of the infrastructure of this is all just so new still, and it's messy as hell right now, and it's messy everywhere. Let's see. Sports leagues, they have equity now in these card companies. Am I right about that? That's my understanding is that
I got something on that in a few minutes.
the actual sports leagues.
The players are incentivized because they're getting a paycheck. Yes, they take a percentage of cards sold and merch sold by Fanatics on both. So, it's not as innocent as all of them showing up because they love cards. Of course not. They got paid. Plus, they have incentive. I have this coming later soon. Is they have incentive to believe the dream that it's going up, and so that's on your side because they end up making a back end on it.
Totally. What else do I have here?
Greg, anything else you want to throw? I'm gonna let you. Yeah, no, it's good. We were gonna have and I have a few more, but
I'm sorry,
I'm getting
I kinda
ready to move on. No. Anything else, Greg? I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you letting me come on. It was nice talking to you.
Hey, it's both. Likewise. Thanks for calling in, Greg. Hopefully we do it again soon. Mark, any other points that you wanted to throw out before we move on?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just name. We haven't even talked about grading and how grading has literally turned the hobby into high-end collectible hobby instead of it didn't really used to be.
I mean,
like
you're not
that.
winning, but when you mention grading, you're not winning anyone over because a lot of the people in my chat at least have realized it's kind of a scam.
By the way, let me ask this: why are people so bent out of shape about PSA shutting down and all that stuff? Like, whenever they come back and do value again, you just get in line then.
Yeah, but they shut down what in 2021. So is this going to be a habit every 5 years? They don't have enough. Like, that's a part of my infrastructure thing is like, dude, this happened in 2021. They had to shut down, and here we are 5 years later. So they had time to learn their lesson, and now they're a year behind basically, in all the graded companies. So they cannot keep, like, they're not in place. And I would argue that when they do come back up, they're going to get flooded, and they're not going to be, their infrastructure is not there. They care more about, they're not incentivized, by the way. People are still sending to PSA. What do they need to clean their act for? They're going to focus on graded grails. They're going to focus on GameStop. They're going to focus on however else they could bring in revenue, except making the infrastructure, better. That's all, that you hit you hit a hot button right there.
PSA is a game though. It's like, if we think of it as the cards themselves, we're sort of missing the point of it, right? Like, it's a game to try to get the highest score in a game. That's why people like this stuff.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
And the video game is the thing that people like about it. And
no, it becomes addicting. It's a gamble in itself. It definitely has that mechanic in it, no doubt.
But it adds a whole nother dimension to the whole thing. I mean, when I look at this, there's about
a couple more minutes.
There's about 15 underdeveloped infrastructures that are all keeping our attention all the time. And when they all develop is when the growth will finish, right? Like, until they're all developed, we're still in a growth stage. And you've got all this money that's just pushing the marketing and pushing the marketing and pushing the marketing. And a lot of people are having good experiences. A lot of people are having bad experiences now. The bad experiences that people are having, that stuff's not going to stick around forever. They're eventually, whether it's 15 years from now or whatever, going to start ironing this out because of how much money they're proving there is in this. And that's just
they're playing the game awfully dirty. They're really trying hard. They just spent $90 million on Fanatics Fest. They're really trying hard to show, hey, this is important. This is a big deal. This is the winner. Like, they're trying way too hard. If it genuinely was, you don't have to try that hard. They're trying really hard.
There's a comment here that says the entire hobby is a game. 100%, and people are playing it, and we're all here to learn about the game and play the game and have the stuff that we think is going to be cool. And it's just like, I asked the question about what a collector's going to care about later. What's that?
Well, Gio's got the Arena Club money, so drinks on you, Gio.
I asked the question about what collectors are going to care about in the future. There's so much dust right now that needs to settle. It's like we have a long path ahead of us. It's going to be interesting, though. Also, I've never got to come on here.
By the way, I'll let you finish that. The fact is, it is fucking interesting. Like, if prices weren't skyrocketing over the past year, I wouldn't be talking about it. It's insane. Like, exactly. I'm just following what's going on. So it is fascinating. There's no doubt about that.
It's interesting, and it's keeping our attention like it never has. And
where did you want to move with that? You were saying, like, I never come on here.
No, I was gonna say I've never come on this channel and turned heel before, so it's sort of a fun experience to do that today.
Hey, now. Yeah, don't take it personal.
No, it sort of sucks being the guy that the chat's like clowning on, right? But it's
last
okay.
Time you got a lot of love.
Last
time you really got a lot of love.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean,
this is a controversial take for here.
Of course, I made my bed and I'm sleeping in it.
Hey, now.
But yeah, no, it's okay.
I hope to get you back on so you can explain send me those visuals, or maybe you already did, and we could go over your idea. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, are you saying later, or did you want me to
Not
throw
today,
that
and
up
let's plan
now? Yeah,
that for the next time.
sounds great. Yeah, no, I appreciate coming here, and I'd be happy to do that. I think it would actually be good for people to see what it could be, like what eBay or something like that could be.
People are
Totally
trying. There are
agree.
platforms I've talked to trying. I just know good luck. It's not easy as hard as they try. Mark, have a great week. I cannot say thank you enough, and you got roasted.
Yeah, I got roasted, but thanks for roasting me, guys. See you later. Thanks for having me.
Hey now, Mark, true poker dealer. He has his channel. He has a school that teaches people how to, deal poker. Doing it a long time. Okay, I wanted to get to this. I didn't get to it in the beginning of the show. A lot happened. We went left, right. What do I have? I have a half hour, almost 20 minutes, so 25 minutes. So I have plenty of time to get into all this stuff. Allegedly, and the next 25 minutes should be, yeah, solid. Allegedly, there were loaded packs of trade night I already talked about and throughout Fanatics Fest. And then we had Neo on. And I didn't know Neo was going to show me. He opened his pack and got an Indomitian Sue auto. So it just doesn't work that way. So anyone with a high school or junior college statistics course understands the rate at which these are being pulled. You have Cooper Flag showed you pulled in his own card. Scattaboo pulled in his own card. The list goes on. The Cooper Flag's out of 10. So it's not real. It's impossible. It's not statistically capable. It's absurd. And it's a knock on the general public's IQ. To put it bluntly, this is how I feel. It's straight false advertising. But the elite play by their own rules in 2026. This is just my opinion based on lots of video evidence and math. And again, if you took a statistics course, even if you didn't, it's not mathematically possible for it to continue to happen, or it just to happen even once. The statistics are incredibly impossible for at the Fanatics Fest on the camera with the right person. Give me a fucking break. Fanatics CEO denied when I asked. He stated that they can't and don't know where a certain product is. And in a moment, I'm going to kind of prove that wrong. They also, according to the CEO, don't have promo boxes, which I've heard rumored, and they give to certain creators or events, which I've heard rumors through creators and events. Ultimate Victory's back. Give me a minute. Let's see. Yet at Fanatics Fest trade night, everyone allegedly got one pack. They did get one pack. We heard it from Neo of Topps Football Crow. The hit ratio, people were more surprised when they didn't pull an auto rather than the other way around. And then what I heard, there was top loaders and sleeves and everything ready. Everyone was pulling at a high clip. The talk in the room was make sure to get a pack. They're loaded. And this is not the first time that kind of talk has come out of a convention. So how do they do that without being able to know where the product is or having some sort of promo stuff? And second of all, another kind of thing that I didn't lead with, but it's, we got 160 people in here. I've now heard this from multiple sources, and I'm sure there is more to come or maybe not. And this highlights why it is bad to have media tied to an industry. So apparently the rumor is 5 Fanatics employees have been fired. Why? Sticky fingers. This is the rumor. Cards were showing up on eBay that shouldn't be there. They had no way of being on eBay except coming from Fanatics and these 5 employees allegedly who got the can. And the rumor is at the end of the day, Fanatics employees were helping themselves to a certain product. That's kind of the nice way to put it. And based on which employees were at Fanatics Fest, I think a lot of people are currently speculating who those employees were. These are all rumors I'm hearing, but seem to have substance behind them. I'm usually, I can't say I'm right or wrong, but I'm usually not far from the truth. I also hear this is going on all over at Fanatics, not just, and imagine the other companies out there with no rule on them. And why do you want monopoly, or why do you want to own it all? So you can do whatever the fuck you want. Hello? Put a McDonald's on every corner. Fuck them. They don't need to eat healthy. They don't need fruits and veggies. Fuck them. Make them work all the time. Fanatics, this is a rumor, or did this recently happen? Fanatics Media Squad. Why have none of you covered this? For now, I can only assume why, and I know for a fact some of you knew about this story, but God forbid, and this is why the media being, with the industry or whoever's at the top, it's not good for anybody. So anyways, when they tell you they don't know where certain product is, or they don't have promo packs, and this is why I was upset, because he just took me for a fool. When I met with the CEO of Fanatics, he took me for a fucking idiot to believe anything that was coming out of his mouth. Oh, we can't know. How would we ever know? There's no promo boxes. Even when I hear from the fucking guys, they're getting promo boxes. So yes, excuse me when I'm treated like a fucking dumbass and you get nothing because we're at the bottom and we're peasants, we're teachers, we're doing whatever the fuck just to pay rent, and you want to lie to my face and then go throw Fanatics Fest and be the man. And nobody on the other side is telling you this. Why? Hello? So that's it. It is the hobby versus the industry. Don't let the industry fool you and play the game. Oh, it's about community. I'm Jeff. I'm using my wife and kids now. What the fuck? For 5 years, you never saw his wife. All of a sudden, she's in every piece of content. His cute kids in every piece of content. What the fuck is going on? And that's how you know. We're in a time where you better figure it out because it's desperate times coming. That's what's going on. That's why Nick Sports Card, whatever the fuck, Boston Card Hunter is trying to build a community. What we have here. Why? Because they're all scared for what's about to happen. Why are we all of a sudden using the kids and family to pump our social media? Oh, the family. It's so good to see him. How beautiful. How lovely. You guys are great. Ultimate victory. Take over.
Am I on? Am I on?
Yes.
Listen, can you see this?
Yes.
Can you see this screen?
I can get a bigger picture of it.
Can you...
All right, we see it.
All
What is
right.
that, some hair of Michael Jordan?
No. This is. Can you see the graph? I have a real life and a real.
Yeah, up and down.
I have a real life. I have a real life and successful career, so I can't be one of you maniacs showing my face on here. I don't want to lose my life. This is called Tulip Mania. Okay, is this clear? Is this on the fucking screen? Is this on the fucking screen?
It is.
Listen, back in the 60s. Can I fucking talk, please? Okay, there's Tulip Mania. Can you see it? Is it clear? Is it open? I have this on my office wall. Okay. This is Tulip Mania. Back in the 1600s, for you idiots who don't understand this, this was the very first pump and dump, so to speak. Back in the 1600s, okay, you had tulips all across Europe. They didn't know what the hell tulips were. They didn't know what the fuck they were worth. They just thought they were cool. And tulips were the sports card, was the fucking steak dinner. If you didn't have a tulip, you were a broke motherfucker. The more tulips you had, the more Jordan rookies you had, the cooler you were. So, you know, what are tulips really worth, Professor? You go to Home Depot, you can buy 1 million of them for like $20. Well, back in the 1600s, now I'm doing the professor. I'm just giving a fucking history lesson because some people need to understand it. This is, tulips were going for less than $10 a bundle. This was the index of tulips. Look what happens. A tulip hit $190 back in the 1600s. And look what happens. It collapses. And what I'm trying to explain to people is when someone spends $90 million for you to come and give them even more money, you are the mark. You are the fucking mark, okay? That was a strip club show. Those are a bunch of famous strippers like Tom Brady, Livy Dunn, all these bozos who you're all giving your money to them. And, you know, I got to be honest.
Oh, he left. Device not connected. He's got to be honest with this. How does Rounders say it? If you can't spot the sucker in the room in the first 30 seconds, you're the fucking sucker. Let's see if we can throw him back on.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So, So, listen, I have no problem. I'm not 12 years old, so I don't need to go to Fanatics Fest. I like a lot of the like Neo. Someone like Neo who went to Fanatics Fest. He did it right. You know, he's not there to get, you know, all the celebrities, you know, pictures and autographs. He's there because he's a collector. That's fine. Go to Fanatics Fest and collect the cards. It's great. But someone who isn't as smart as Neo, or someone who's as revolutionary as Mr. Neo, is going to go to this thing and they're going to give away their cards to select 5 people for 70% comps. And I just want to know, when does that end? When do we stop giving cards away to like 5 people only for them to flip them for like 400%? Because at what point do we put an end to that? And how many times do I need to watch Grant Williams open up a pack of fucking baseball cards? I honestly don't understand it. I don't understand why we need to keep seeing that. I don't know why we need. How many packs of cards do I need to watch Livy Dunn buy? Like, it's fucking absurd, Professor. That's what pisses me off about it. It's like you can have fun with this, but like you're the mark. Like keep giving this guy your money. Tom Brady, he's already brainwashed Tom Brady. What do you think he's doing to you? He talked Tom Brady into buying a fucking franchise. He talked Tom Brady into buying a baseball card franchise. And what do you think think's next? You think he's stopping with Tom Brady? He's getting all his buddies, all his friends. He's extorting and exploiting all of them. So you give him more money.
I hate to say this, and it sucks.
That's all I got tonight.
Hey, great call. And I'm going to piggyback off that and it just is what it is. Cooper Flagg is not old. He's a 20-year-old impressionable kid. Cam Scattaboo, a 20-year-old impressionable kid. They're literally Fanatics is going to the draft and getting these 19-year-old, 20-year-olds to get sold on this dream. And Carl Towns a little older than that. He's infatuated. He is. The covers are over his eyes so far. It's unreal. It sucks. Oh, it just sucks. Great call, Ultimate Victory. I got pent up there. I don't like being treated like I'm an idiot. I just don't. And you want to be, this one. What the fuck is this? $5 from the internet guy. The internet guy. Hell yes. I don't know why. I love that name. The internet guy. We win. Yep. What do we got? 15 more minutes. It's going to be a strong 15 minutes. Your competitive advantage in sports market. Look at the prices. All right. This is why it's like, dude, if I have a master's in curriculum, I know what people need to know. I will be fair. You know what I tell them? If you want a break, set a portion of money aside that you're going to burn, and that's okay. And that's what you do when you go to the casinos as well. You set up more money for okay. And then you have your other money you should do smarter things with. But look at the price. Anyone want? Let's guess. What's the over-under fucking price for this thing? The over-under price from the hobbyflipper.com. Well, it's $30 a month, so that's $360 a year, or $10 and a one-time $10 fee. You could spend $1,500 for a member and a call with Paul. So here's the deal. If you want to call me, you hit the fucking link. If you want to call me, you call the voicemail. I'm not charging you $1,500. You can ask me anything. The link's there for anyone. Like I'm sorry, dude. And it really makes me, hey man, I'll charge you a one-time fee of what? 30. I'll charge you a one-time fee. $30 to get everything. I mean, I put it on my channel for free. It's insane that and people are doing this. It's probably better than Eric Michaels' deal, but this is incredible. This is ludicrous. Okay, Jalen Clark. This is where he is a great video. I'm not going to watch the whole 11 minutes, 43,000 views, and he breaks down his whole basketball check. He's got a contract, 1.3 million, I believe. He keeps 700 grand, which is lower than most NBA players. He goes on to say he invests the most. They offer like 130%, back on the NBA has some really good investment programs, good insurance. He puts the most into it like he should and smart. Now, what I had to pause the video. I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? Finally, finally some confirmation. Like, I know we've all said, okay, they have deals, I never see. So here, let's listen to your boy here, probably a bench player for the Mavs.
Banking info. The licensing check this year was $385,000. That's just for, like I said, 2K, spending money on cards, jerseys. It's $385,000. That's just for, like I said, 2K, spending money on cards, jerseys, like everything. So instead,
now Fanatics does the cards and they do the jerseys. Now, I'm just telling you, he made $1.3 million, and in his bank account at the end of the year, it's $700K. That's what he got for his check. So about the same amount, he got $380,000 from video game license, card license, jersey license, $380K. He's not a star. You even heard of this guy? So there it is. I mean, that's it. Yes, all those guys at Fanatics Fest not only got paid to be there, all these young guys that they show up to the draft to, they're getting told, hey, man, if you help build it, your money on the back end will be more. Karl Anthony Towns has to be in heaven. He gets to buy cards. He gets to be on stage. He gets to have a blast, hang with the people. He doesn't have a fucking clue about anything we say on the show or the dirtiness. And in his head, what a dream. It's a great deal. Same with Brady. If we build it up, we got a little equity. We get some money. We get a piece of the pie. And that's what's going on all over the place. And now you have your athletes signing that same deal. And this was a good video. You don't hear a lot of what they're making and how they make it. So
$77,658.80. I didn't play at all. I didn't go down ever. That's when I was rehabbing because I came off of a torn Achilles. For y'all that didn't know, I tore my Achilles at college while I was at UCLA. So that's what I made my first year when I was gone. We'll get into some other things that'll help.
All right, I don't want to watch that right now. Go check it out. What's his name? Jalen Clark, NBA player, and he tells you NBA breakdown, shows his NBA contract, and he even tells us he gets a portion when trading cards are sold. Now, another thing I want to mention, how much time we got? No, we do this now. I'm sure you know Flight Mike. He does excellent content, and he's had a lot to be able to produce lately because there's just so much shit going on. But I don't know how much if you watch Gil's House or Gil's Arena. You know, I'll see pieces of it here and there. It's gone now, shut down, all controversy, Well, Underdog took on athletes with prominent, he has a big, they worked the number to the podcast to be huge. I think it was maybe the second biggest sports podcast in the world at one point. So they quit it. They pulled the rug out. And I'm going to show you right now, Fanatics is so behind the ball. They are so late to this game of betting, and Underdog is a betting company. And so their plan here was to start a channel, get the biggest, and these views are humongous, and they still are not profiting. How many times do you watch Flight Mike and he tells you his prize picks and then, let me go over to prize picks? I mean, we're just skipping through that. And Underdog realizing all DraftKings and FanDuel, they're realizing, oh shit, all that advertising we handed out, all that money and all these platforms we started, they're not working very well.
To correct myself again. In my last video, I framed Skip Bayless like Underdog dropped him in to squeeze Gil out. The truth's even messier. Gilbert Arenas actually brought Skip Bayless in. Rashad McCann said it right there. Gil said it himself back in May. So that May 20th episode where Skip sat in his chair during the conference finals, that was real. And Gilbert...
And we'll get to it because he gets to DraftKings, he gets to ESPN, he gets to all of them in just a minute.
Arenas' reaction to it was real, but the story of Underdog planting Skip to replace Gil isn't necessarily true. That's a story the internet helped write, and I actually helped write it myself. So my apologies. Gil's Arena wasn't a show. It was a flagship of the entire network.
And that's it. These are the huge, it doesn't work. Like, you're never going to get bigger than this. This doesn't work. And Fanatics is on their own little fucking platform, not YouTube. What is going on? Hello? I mean, I shouldn't even... Fucking, what are we doing over there? What are we doing over there?
Rasheed Wallace had a show over there. Steve Smith Sr. had a show. Bill Belichick, 6-time Super Bowl winning Bill Belichick, had a fantasy football show with Underdog. They hired their own insider, James Palmer, and they hired him away from the NFL Network. They partnered up with Snapback Sports. They even went out and licensed It Is What It Is, Cameron and Maze's show. Cameron, Bill Belichick, Rasheed Wallace.
Oh, if anyone from Fanatics is watching, take note. This didn't work. A lot of companies are ahead of the game and they already failed doing this.
That's not a podcast, guys. That's literally a media company that could rival the likes of ESPN. And it's all gone.
And it's gone. Poof. It's gone. It's all gone.
Every bit of it. 0 shows left standing. So a company builds all of that, calls it highly successful on its way out the door, and then torches it all anyway. Why would a company do that? So here's the answer to that, guys. Underdog is a gambling company. They launched in 2020. They exploded during the sports betting boom, and they spent an enormous amount of money on content for exactly one reason. Not because they love hoops, but they want to sell you picks. And you don't have to take my word for it. They said it.
To get fan cash, to get this stuff, fan cash, you gotta get, we want you on the sports book. You're dude, like, you're gonna compete with DraftKings and FanDuel
themselves. Go read their own press release from when they signed that cast. Their chief marketing officer, not a content boss, but the marketing boss, called Gil's Arena proof of concept for the whole network. And the release says right in it that Gilbert had become a fixture in Underdog's products, with his and soon his co-hosts' picks featured in the Underdog website and app. There it is in writing. The show was a funnel. You watch Kenyon Martin crash
a funnel. Just think about that a little more. Just remember that, a funnel.
out for 2 hours, and somewhere in there you download the app and put $5 on a parlay. That was the business. The couch was the marketing budget, and the model is collapsing across the whole industry. This isn't even a theory, just count them. DraftKings had a network. They had the Golics doing a daily show. That show ended in 2025 when DraftKings straight up stopped producing in-house content. FanDuel had a whole TV network. In March, they announced a 20-month wind down that eliminates roughly 100 jobs. And FanDuel CEO said flat out the network didn't fit the company's long-term strategy anymore. ESPN had ESPN Bet, a 10-year deal worth $1.5 billion with Penn, and they killed it 2 years in. DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN Bet, now Underdog.
I mean, Fanatics isn't even on this list, and they want to be really bad, and they're trying really hard, and this is a funnel, and it didn't work for these companies, and we'll just see. They are getting to them young at those drafts.
4 companies, the same exit within about 18 months. And the reporting spells out why. Operators everywhere have pulled back from the huge marketing spends that took off after.
Thank God. Let's stop seeing Prize Picks. It wasn't on that list. They must be still handing every fucking video I watch. Prize Picks. Here are my picks.
Betting got legalized.
They'll get hip to it that it doesn't fucking work. You're overpaying and not getting enough customers based on it. And these other big dogs have already realized that.
In 2018. And outside a small handful of star hosts who actually convert viewers into paying customers, the return on all of that content was weak. Millions of views, barely any bettors. Turns out people will watch your show every single day and never once download your app.
And that's basically
I need you to understand how fast this turned. Go back to October. Underdog put out a press release, their own release, bragging, where their head of content said this style of show is where the best of modern sports meet.
And then they shut it all down and pulled the plug, just like all the rest of the sites like that. And then I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, but college football game, the game came out, and they had microtransactions, expensive ones in the community had a knip shit about it. They end up taking the microtransactions out, but they still don't let you up your player. So in franchise, you're building a team or a player, you can make your guy whatever you want. Nope, you had to pay for it. And even guys partner with EA, and this guy's still not having it. He's still disgusted by it all, and he'll never partner with EA, he says. And what does EA do? Well, they just sold to the Saudis. I mean, every day, it's so, and we'll do that a bit tomorrow. Oh, this is what we got here. 5 minutes, LeBron. Okay, so again, I own this card. Normally it's $300-400 after I trade for it. It's down here raw. And, maybe I saw it last year at 500. Okay, I think the highest I saw it maybe here, August of 2026, $658. Oh, April, excuse me. So in April, that makes more sense. In April of 2026, it's still a $600 card. Today, which I feel like, and this is where a lot of the people that have been in are at. Petty's there, I know it. I know a couple other viewers that are there where it's like, dude, of course it's time to get rid of this. This went from, there's 10,000, there's almost 9,377. This card has no business being, and I'm sure if you own the Griffey if you owned it prior a couple years ago, you either got out in the meantime, or it sure feels like now, what are we doing? And just to show a point here, the Dwayne Wade 9 is $15 fucking dollars. Okay, so I understand, even when this was 500, I mean, that's crazy, 150, 300, 450, 600. I mean, it's almost, 40x at some point. It's $15 a 9 to this 9 being 1,600. Is LeBron, more collectible than Wade? Absolutely. Did LeBron have a better career than Wade, who's a top 50 NBA player all time, one of the top probably 10 players of the past 25 years? Way less pop count as well. There's 2,600. So what they've done, in my opinion, is there's 3, 4, 5 players they've funneled, they've pushed, they've decided, and that's why it's happening. There's so much value out there in other greats. It's unreal. That card being $600, I need to say again, DM me $1,650. I'll ship it for free. It's yours. I have the entire set. I'm gonna keep the rest of the set. I'll buy a different LeBron. I'll get a different LeBron for the collection. I'll wait. In the 10, they're $769, selling for $150. Where this 9 is selling for $1,600. There's 769 of these. There's nobody is also. I don't think anyone wants to hear because they're all in it for the money. But no one's making content where they show the $15 Dwayne Wade and how great of a deal that is. Or hey man, you want to get a 10 of an iconic Topps card? There's less than 1,000 of. It's $150. And to me, this is a far better buy. Well, I don't know, because the way it's all played and pushed. And another problem is the shill bidding just keeps happening. That's why you see the prices go like this so fast, and there is zero consequence. So anyone that wants to make a little money, and they've been in there, they're feeling strong, they turn to, everyone else is doing it, everyone else is making money, and you can't. I don't buy the greats. Like, dude, this is just because people are pushing this card, they're manipulating this card. It has no business being $1,650, just none. And in a 10, to compare to the Dwayne Wade, they're $2,800 and it's selling for $6,800, looking like the COVID spike again. It's a $7,000 card to Dwayne Wade's $150. Right? So yeah, I can't play in this $7,000 world, but let me tell you, and what I want to focus on, either on the lives or in videos over the next few months, is a card like this that cost you, well, now it's $21. What the hell? All right. So in the media, they saw we were looking at it. It can't be 15. Now it's 21. So it's $21, and you get a 9. Hey man, if you want to spend a little bit more, 150, you're going to get a 10 Dwayne Wade in your collection. There's only 769 of them, and it's a far better value. It's compared to the shit they're telling you that, oh my God. And the only, again, sell now. And the spike could keep going. Like, I'm not saying it's the only other time in the history of our whole humanity that you've seen cards do this, they crash right back down to a big loss. So you're the fool. But if you bought the $900 Ohtani and recently sold it for $6,000, you're a genius. And if you're the fool that bought it at $6,000, I can't help you. I mean, get rid of it soon, because there's so much value out there if you really want to care and look. Will it 10x? Maybe that's all everyone cares about, and so they're going to keep pouring into there, and that is all they care about at the moment. All right, it was a hell of a show. I told you it'd be a good show. A little boring spots, some great spots. Blue, red, and ultimate victory below. I don't know if that's on purpose, a mistake. Let's throw an ultimate victory first. Ultimate victory, what's up?
Who's on here? Who's with me? I'm calling back. I forgot a couple things.
All right, go ahead, and then I'll throw blue, red on, and then we'll call it.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yeah. Please don't put him on. He scares me sometimes. No, I'm kidding. Blue Red's a legend. So I needed to give an update on the eBay situation. Have I told you about this?
You have, and you got mad at me when I forgot.
Yeah. So the current status is ongoing, and I cannot make a comment at this time.
Oh, all right. Well, when can you make a comment?
I don't know if I'll be able to, but it's in process.
I can only assume that's a legal thing.
I know about 35 lawyers, so I have a fucking machine gun howitzer legal team. So I'm just going to say this.
Anthony, thank you.
There's a FedEx that's going to hit Santa Ana tomorrow. And I would just advise that I'm taken seriously. That's all I'm saying. I know I'm just a little schmuck collector. Despite my rage here and there, I do love cards. I've never said that I don't. I just hate how it's been prostituted to the masses, Professor. That's what bothers me. But anyhow, I can't make a statement. That's my comment. And the other comment was, I give credit where credit is due. You know this. And I will say, you were bashing Jeff Wilson. I think at this point, I mean, I like him. I'm starting to realize he's putting out some good content. He's listening to the commenters. The videos he had at Fanatics Fest were good videos, Professor.
Why is he using his kids and wife in the content?
Because they make them. I like his kids and I like his wife.
Makes him a little more human. He's more sellable.
He makes. Listen.
It's
his
all
biggest
about selling.
problem. No, he's good. He's been in it for like 6 years at this point. If Jeff Wilson was as much of a hack as everyone hates, the fact is, I'm fucking jealous of the guy. He came in at the right time. He did put his money where his mouth is at this point.
Contradicting. You just said how you hate how it's prostituted. He's the one.
No, but he's not a fly-by-night guy. He's been in here longer.
He's in. He's balls deep.
Anyway, I'm just giving him credit, but I'm giving him credit for 2 fucking videos. Anyway, I thought he had some good content. I got to be honest with you. Those were good videos.
Good. People need good content.
Right. I've got to give credit where credit is due. And yeah, that was it. I had something else. I'll call you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.
All right, blue red. Finish us off. What do you got? Knipple.
Why are we still like pumping up LeBron James rookie cards when I don't know about you? I feel like a parallel is kind of like Russell Wilson in a way.
Wait a minute. What? Russell Wilson. LeBron is so much.
I know, but here's the thing. LeBron James is so unlikable, but Russell
He has
Wilson
his
cards.
crew. I agree, but he has his diehards.
Russell Wilson cards are like literally worth nothing right now, and he
because he's
actually.
unlikable.
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. Is that
Let's
you can't have
ride.
it both ways. When I would argue that Russell Wilson is more likable than LeBron James. I think you and I can both agree on that.
Agree on what?
On that Russell Wilson's more likable than LeBron James, because
I think LeBron James over his 20 years has his haters, including me, and I think he has people that absolutely think he's the legend, like SCV or my brother, put him in such high regard. But anyways, I think Russell Wilson. Let's ride. All right, Blue Red. Any last
what I
crazy thoughts?
remember Russell Wilson about is one thing during his career, he was like super clutch.
And he was for a minute there. Let me ask you one other question. How's the dishwashing job? How we doing? It's working out.
Good.
You're liking it, or is it feel too much? Be honest.
It's nice.
It's nice. All right, Blue Red. Have a great night. Thank you for calling in. The man says it's nice. Money, 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 money. I was a little like, hey. I knew I had a lot to say, and we did. Let me just show. I mean, let's go over everything, and then we'll get out of here. I had a lot to say, two of us on. I don't know why, but we got into rumors. We got into some failed business models, fired Fanatics employees, card school, early growth stage debate. Neo came on. We had all. I think we lived up to it. Anyways, we'll do it again tomorrow. There's a bunch I didn't get into. Maybe I got to take it easier on Jeff. I don't like that, we're going to start using the kids. But anyways, that's here nor there. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for all the people that called in. It was a great night. Hey now.